सकाळ सकाळ आहे त्यामुळे पाण्यावरती काम चालवता येईल. संध्याकाळी. So this session is about Sapnon ki LIT, a well thought session when we are starting with building a big technical university, which is just initiated a year back. And the panelists are basically those who have actually shown us this dream during the entire process and also helped in formulating this as a university. And therefore, now it's their responsibility to let us know what is their dreams about the Sapnon ki LIT. And of course, what we are expecting here is two things. One is, when you entered into the LIT, you had some dreams along with the LIT, those who are specifically from LIT. And then otherwise, what you expect from a technical university and what we really want to do in the field. Are there some role models, or do we want to set our own model, whatever the way we need to think of it? So to give the opening remarks, I invite, and the panelists don't require any introduction, I believe so. If anybody needs the introduction of the panelists, please raise the hand, I will give the introduction. Absolutely not, right? So I invite Dr. Vaidya, Honorable Vice Chancellor of LIT University, to give the opening remarks. Dr. Vaidya, please.
Very good morning. And it's good that limited mob is here, and so that means very few people dream about the LIT. And it's an easier job for Vice Chancellor, that to new Vice Chancellor, to fulfill dream of few people rather than whole mob. So anyway, jokes apart, you are all welcome to this session on Sapnon ki LIT. सपने सपने होते लेकिन सपने देखे बिना साकार नहीं कर सकते हैं. That is the thing. So I would request panelists, and I have dual duty here, as one as a panelist and one as a Vice Chancellor, to note down what are the different dreams of different seniors of the LIT or juniors of the LIT, and how to take LIT ahead. So I will also get hints. So I am playing a dual role here, one as a panelist and second as a silent observer, to note down the things which are required in future for LIT and how to implement that. So with this small opening remarks, I request Rajesh to please coordinate the session further. Yeah, fine.
So, thank you, Dr. Vaidya. As rightly said by Dr. Abdul Kalam, the dreams are not that what you see during your sleep, but the dreams which does not allow you to sleep. And that's what the dreams which people have seen for LIT, where from tireless efforts are being made. GAM is just one of the effort of it to bring people along, to let them have the feeling of alma mater, how the alma mater is going once they have left the LIT for their own development. While in the LIT, there was always a obvious and unavoidable comparison always was done with the ICT while UDCT, because UDCT had a better connect with the industry as compared to LIT at that point of time. And therefore, some kind of comparison was always there, Yadav sir. And this comparison now brings to like whatever we are today, and the ICT is growing. But that comparison is not the only thing which we are looking forward. We are looking forward different institutions developing in their own pace, and the chance which is made available. I happened to be in LIT's advisory council before, or something which was their academic council, and there I expressed that this is a clean slate which we have given now. This is rarest rare opportunity that you have a clean slate for to build up a technological university. So I invite Professor Yadav to give his remarks on what kind of the dreams, what kind of Sapnon ki LIT should be there in his opinion, because his vision is utmost important to us.
Thank you, Rajesh. You know, you very nicely titled this program Sapnon ki LIT. I think some of the people are still in their sapna only. The type of attendance we have, they are dreaming what could be our LIT. Jokes apart. You know, if we want LIT to be really an allied institute and be compared with the best in the business, so everybody has to work toward it. And not a single person, whether is an alumnus or a faculty member or a student or, non-teaching staff, support staff, should think they are, second grade and they should not compare with ICT. So that is a wrong comparison. I tell you why. Because ICT has its own traditions. So when we became deemed university, we know through what hell we went through. I wrote an article. I must be the only vice chancellor in the entire history of Mumbai University who was given a memo for writing that UDCT should be an autonomous institute. I wrote this article. And I was given a memo. I was given a memo by that time director. So I went to him and I said, sir, I want autonomy for you so that we can grow. I'm just an ordinary faculty member, but I felt why I said it? Because the vice chancellor of the university in a public function where the chancellor was there said, nobody is asking for autonomy. So I said it is wrong. So I wrote that article. So I was given a memo. So in the only history where the person given memo becomes a vice chancellor. And so I went to the director and I said, sir, I wrote it for my institute and I truly believe you will be empowered, not me. I'm nobody in the hierarchy. So you should help. So, you take the memo back. I said like this. I was a very bold person. So you know what he said? I will not put this memo in your service book. I will keep it separately in another file. So your interest is not harmed. I said, then why the hell you gave me the memo if you did not mean it? So you know what he said? Because the vice chancellor told me, I gave the memo. I said, don't you have your own mind? Don't you think that UGC has mandated that autonomy should be given to deserving institutions? So I will tell you also that I was, Dr. Tomorrow we have this lecture, correct? Lakshmi Narayan's brother, Gangadhar Rao. I gave this lecture and that time your vice chancellor was, what is his name? No. He was from DTE. He came from DTE. Patan. Dr. Patnan. No. Patan. He attended my lecture. And I said, why are you not giving autonomy to LIT? See, I have nothing to do with that. I said, why are you not giving autonomy to LIT? How it will grow? Because we had already got autonomy, we had got TechWeek funds, and LIT was the only institute which was not given a single penny by the government because it was not autonomous. So I told him in the public function like this. So he says, no, we will see how to do it. And believe me, now I meet him in Pune sometimes and he said, you have done the best thing for LIT, which I could not do as a vice chancellor. So I said, but the second thing I want to tell you, because I won't go into the history how we got autonomy and how we became separate university. I can chronicle it. I know each and everything. So when we went, Dr. Raju Mankar was with me, Mohan was there, and Madhavji was also there. We went to meet the secretary, Prakash Rastogi. You know what he said? In this report, it is said that autonomy, and you are telling me that we want a separate university. He questioned me. I said, my personal belief is autonomy will not help LIT. Because I know LIT cannot become deemed university because they don't have a strong research base. And I know through what hell we went when we applied for deemed university status. You have none of those things. That is not your strength. So we want to be, separate university status, and it is the prerogative of the state to carve out any university from existing university, like they did in the case of Pune University. They did in the case of Nagpur University or Gondwana, or this Amravati University, Marathwada University, Nanded University. Several examples I gave. So he said, will it be viable? You come up with another proposal. How it will be viable? Anyway, without going to this story, I told Madhavji and also Mohan that we have to tell that time Deputy CM that we should get a separate status, separate university, then only we can fulfill our dream. Now we are talking about dream. Luckily everything happened. Now you see, it is like when we get freedom, you are responsible for your future. So what are we going to do with this freedom? First and foremost, quality of faculty is very important. So when, actually I'm very candid. Dr. Mankar once wrote to DTE. He said, why ICT is given 10:1 faculty and what LIT is not given. I'm telling in front of him. So you know what I told him? You should have asked me, I would help you. Rather than telling them why ICT is given 10:1. That is not the way to compare. That is no. We got it based on our merit. So if we want to be meritocracy, we have to argue in a different way. So now we have got it. Argument's sake. If we want to be the best, we have to recruit the best of the faculty who have connect with industry, starting with PhD. No master's holder should be appointed as a faculty. I'm telling you that. It may be the minimum criteria, but we must have maximum criteria because government doesn't say you raise the bar. So postdoctoral experience, where industry experience, those kind of people should be recruited, number one. Then we have to create fellowships for PhD students. PhD research is not there. Hardly there is anybody. So industry and alumni must help. So there is a very nice scheme called Prime Minister's Fellowship where you give 50%. Now that number I tell you, it is 6.5 lakh rupees per annum. If that technology is developed, the first right goes to the sponsor. 50% is given by DST. Today that scholarship in Mumbai, 7 of my students get is 1,10,000 per month. But what is expected? They have to develop technology. That means they have to work day and night. That means the faculty member also has to work. It is not the faculty member comes at 11 o'clock, go home at 1 o'clock. You can never build that Sapnon ke LIT. Unless the faculty member works extra time. Even now I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Is it required? No. I have to get up because I cannot finish my work if I don't get up at that time. Even today I got up at that time. I have such a huge pile of work in different committees, this, that, consultation, research papers, thesis. So faculty members must be prepared. If they are in the lab, students will be in the lab. If the faculty member is going for a movie and next to him his student is sitting, that is the end of the research culture. That is the end of the research culture. That is number one. And luckily, we have got a great scientist from NIRI, which has a culture. He is coming from a different culture. So that is the greatest advantage we have. He is not from academia, the regular Nagpuri academia. He is from government lab, central lab, and they have a culture. And luckily, he has seen many committees, national, international, related to environment and whatnot. So I have a strong hope that the Sapnon ki Rani aapke LIT, only this man can do it. And you have to help him. So alumni, I'm telling you alumni, because you are all alumni, right, everybody? Yes. To make his dream, and I told him also, in fact, I have written in my, that, is the book published today? It is getting published? Yeah. I have said that we should create a corpus of 100 crore. Right, 100 crore. Baap nahi, okay, you have to do that. Unless we start and no money is small, no money. So to that corpus, I am giving 25,000 rupees, my own money. I start with that. I given last year also, I am giving 25,000. I gave 5 lakh last year. This I am giving 25,000. It is not, I can still give that much money, but I believe that because I am the chairman, charity begins at home. So if I ask, how many of you will give money? Raise your hand. Everybody should raise the hand. Why only one person? Vinayak, मागे कशाला वरती हात करा, 2 हात करा. नाही, मग जास्त मग. Double हात, दोन्ही हात वरती करा. Everybody should give some money and that pledge should be here now. Atul, take down your, फोटो काढा यांचे, म्हणजे ते नंतर हे म्हणते. सांगणार नाही की मी नव्हतोच त्या मीटिंग मध्ये, तुम्ही कधी बोलला होता. I don't want anybody to say that, because I tell you why. We have to support research. To make LIT like ICT, we have to support research. We have to have best of the facilities. So I told yesterday in the board meeting that the dean, academic dean, his job is to see every day in the morning in the newspaper which schemes are announced. He must visit the sites of national, international agencies. Bill Gates Foundation gives money. I'm telling you, a lot of money is given by Bill Gates Foundation. International foundations give money. All DST, DBT, everybody gives money. Various ministries give money. So your job is to circulate that and help them write research proposals. If you want industrial partners, first thing is a LITA bulletin. LITA should circulate that. So and so faculty is applying, will you partner in that? And you will have the right to use that technology. Openly, can I tell on your behalf? We should have that. And I'm also telling you, we must honor our heroes. We should be praising our heroes, not conjuice. I should not want to use that word, another word which normally people use, conjuice, they attach with something else. We have to be liberal. We must invite them. And I told Atulji this morning that, keep a day free, maybe Friday afternoon or something, where any alumnus who is visiting Nagpur, he should visit you, see what you have done, and say that, sir, I want to help you. How I can help? It is not just the money. Yesterday, Ranka Saab was telling treasury, right? 3T. Treasury, talent, and time. I will add technology also. Without technology, this will not go to the next level. We have, right, our name is technological, innovation technological, both are required. IT, not income tax, it is innovation and technology. So to save income tax also you have to go to ICT, this LIT university. And so next thing which I asked Dr. Khati yesterday, what is the status of our 100% tax benefits, section 35. खटी साहेब कुठे आहेत? आलेलेच नाहीत ते अजून. 35, section 35. Well, yesterday we met one Mr. Sa, his name. Is he there? Correct. He's from income tax department. So we have to take help of him. We have to ensure that we get that then, and as I told you, write, both Lita and you, write to all alumni. 31st March is coming. Donate, get 100% tax benefit. If it is not there till that time, you can give some 50% tax benefit, because that I think that already exists with you. But 100% is under section. ATG hai? No. I'm telling you, because अरे सपनों की बात कर रहे हैं हम. You have to say. Yeah, status, okay. That, but even otherwise, if it is not there, you will get it. No, you should get it before 31st. You should get it. Then, and secondly, ask some of your bright students, undergraduate students, to do undergraduate research, because that is one thing which is lacking. You may not get immediately postgraduate students, but undergraduate students, you can start doing work with them. Work on brilliant, there are brilliant students. I'm telling you, quite a few students are very brilliant. You can encourage them to do undergraduate research. And also I told you that the advantage of trimester system, which is put on the website of AICT. I chair that committee. So you better look into that and ensure that then only the job market, getting the best salary, and some students only opting for it, some don't opt for it. That will not happen. Then only, Rajesh, I think the first round is good enough. I have hit some sixes. Afterwards, I will hit some fours. Thank you.
Sir, very precisely you have put up some points, because I was thinking of asking you to give the first three, but you give the first six basically. So it is the kind of bigger dreams. The crime is seeing the smaller dreams. That's the crime. Whether no tax on imagination, correct. And another part of it is thanks to our bureaucracy and thanks to our procedures and the time bound in terms of bounds and bounds of time required for fulfilling those. We generally get executed what we plan about 50% or so. And therefore our dreams has to be much larger if you want to really reach at a certain goal. Okay. So that brings me... I think that surely, because PFM. या ना खटी साहेब इकडेच होऊन द्या दोन गोष्टी सांगा 35 सेक्शन 35 चा आणि
we have applied for section 10 to 23. Once we are getting the certificate of 10 to 23, we will be registering for ATG and 35 both. And we have yet to register for PFMS, since LITU account is not created in that particular system.
So, you are best of alumni in all places.
Yeah.
Why don't you make use of it?
Now Dr. Vedde will definitely tell you how we created in Niri long back, so that's very well possible.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So procedural things we will definitely follow, sir. We promise you on the behalf of Vice Chancellor. Promising on somebody's behalf is very easy. So I will do that. And this brings to another Vice Chancellor, former Vice Chancellor, Professor Sapka, who has been guiding to us and personally to me in various forums. I had a good interaction with him. Sir, more than 2 decades now? Yes. Surely. So, I invite Professor Sapka to give his views on Sapnon की LIT.
नमस्कार. 2010 ते 2014 I was Vice Chancellor here, and the topmost priority was again, of course, for LIT, particularly recruitment of faculty, good faculty, infrastructure improvement, and research integration with curriculum. Now we are in 2024. As you know, a lot of things have changed from 29th of September 2020. What happened on this day? India has declared national education policy well prepared by Kasturi Rangan and his team after thematic deliberation from 2016 onward. I was happy to be a part of it while drafting the Maharashtra State Education Policy as the chairman of task force, which got integrated into National Education Policy. Now we are here from different age groups. Very young and very experienced, and that brings together experience and wisdom. Today, almost there is drastic change in 4 parameters. One is innovative combination of curriculum. Second is engaging pedagogy. Third is student support, and fourth is formative assessment. Everyone remembers that what happens in LIT, sessional, 20 marks ke baare mein kya hota tha. All this thing is gone. Now today, National Education Policy along with National Credit Framework, it's called National Higher education credit framework, which defines the course now, which is comparable with the global standard. 160 credits for 4 years of engineering program, which is defined, out of which it is always to be studied in major and minor combination. Now there are 6 verticals every engineer has to learn. Otherwise, what happens that we say that they lack skill, they lack practical knowledge, they lack OJT, that is on-job training, and so on. So now a BTech guy, I'm sure Nagpur University, I am on the monitoring committee of steering committee of NEP in Maharashtra. So we keep on visiting, talking to VC and pro VCs, deans, how we are preparing this national education policy implementation plan globally. Now it is said that you have 50% credit dedicated to chemical engineering. If there is a chemical engineering course or mechanical, remaining are divided into minor of 24 credits, ability enhancement, skill enhancement, Indian knowledge system, which has become extremely strong part of any education system, then on-job training, and that's it. There are 6 verticals. Now major and minor, if you analyze our chemical engineering, are very good in chemical industry, but most it is thoroughly done, the exercise, that there is opportunity to change over the various branches. People go to management, they go to civil services. Education can be only given to one branch. It's called unity and integration of knowledge across the branches of education. And hence, a chemical engineer should also have opportunity to learn data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning. You name it, as per his choice, passion, talent, and interests. He should be able to choose from the basket of minors. Now, as I told you, we are talking about Sapnon ki LIT. This is step by step we have to take forward. Sapna can be of 1 year duration, 5-year duration, Sapna of 2030, Sapna of 2047. We have to find out when we are completing 100 years. So, since Dr. Atul Vaidya is now at the main focus, we have to plan the Sapna which is doable, implementable within the framework. This act, I'm just coming very shortly, act has been given to, the status has been given to LIT. The act has provisions which should be made operative through statutes and ordinances. And they are with authorities, statutory authority and statutory bodies, which make the faster decision making. If there is a common purpose of making positive decision, all the members should say yes, because I have the experience of leading 800 college, Nagpur University, 6 lakh students and authority-based decisions. Now here, authority are selected to make the decision in favor of LIT. So decision making is correct, it is faster and implementable, supported by the system. Coming to the point now, the institute, any institute has given big freedom. Its flexibility, freedom, academic autonomy, and within the framework of national qualification framework, LIT has been already accredited by NBA, also by NAC. Now coming to the next level, that is called ranking. And in ranking, the alumni plays extremely important role. The 5th parameter is peer perception. जरी LIT बद्दल खूप चांगलं बोलणारे लोक आहेत, इंडस्ट्री आहे, एम्प्लॉयमेंट आहे, बट पियर परसेप्शन पुणे विद्यापीठाला जरी नॅशनल लेवलला 9th रँक आहे, तरी त्यांना 10 पैकी फक्त 2 मार्क मिळाले. ओनली 2 marks out of peer perception. They have weightage out of 500 and so on. So what is important is, though the alumni is going to play extremely important role in creating the branding or peer perception, branding of the institution, which has not only parameters in NIRF ranking, but QS ranking as well. Second important is, now our student should get into 3 distinct mechanism of education: twinning program, dual degree program, and joint degree program. Laveji, dual degree program, joint degree program, twinning program with international university. 2+2 is possible. That means 2 years after, of course, again within the system, you have to create the enabling system of implementing your own decision, which is based on your vision and your dream. 2 plus 2 means there are international universities, they want to have 2 years of education here with mapping of the credit and the curriculum with 2 years done there. Our student can go for 6 months during twinning program with international university. Third is joint degree program. So international collaboration is a strong mechanism which will also take ahead. NIRF ranking says publication per faculty, quality publication per faculty, research per faculty and consultancy per faculty. There are very calculated functions of 3 years. It's not only your performance for 1 year. There are certain parameters which is coupled with calculation as a function. So you need to calculate the various parameters having integrated function of your NIRF ranking. You know that we have to make that, okay, within 100 we can aim. First sapna is LIT can come in not only engineering category, overall category of university, then we have engineering. So NIRF ranking, very meticulous calculation of 1:15, if it is student-teacher ratio, you get full marks. So we have to see which are the parameters which are contributing in calculation of NIRF ranking. Second is internationalization of our education with the help of, because we have many universities where professors and deans are from LIT. Name it, very few, there are very famous universities having our own faculty, our teacher. So this is second. Third is whether, though it is said that we have research culture, but the combination. I have learned that chemical engineering student taking minor of chemical technology. It has to be from multidisciplinary. You know, new education policy is giving these students are there. They will get BTech honors with research, BTech honors with multidisciplinary minor, and BTech with double minor. One can go to business analytics, one can go to fintech also. A chemical engineer can enrich his, because he has to do multidisciplinary tasks in the world of work. So he should be prepared right away. Though our engineering students are good adaptable, good learner, they know how to learn and adapt quickly. But no, today if we have 40% of the programs can be done online through SWAYAM platform, the credit transfer is possible. So basically, these are the platforms and the mechanism available to have the highest level of quality education in chemical engineering. We have professor of practice, industry coming. 40% of the credit can be taken care by research organization as well as adjunct professor or industry people. And hence, the most important is the PhD and master's project should result into spin-off. I visited Nanyang Technological University, Singapore, where in the campus there are 40,000 students and 8,000 professors. Every PhD is resulting into spin-off. Laveji, एक PhD चा झाल्यानंतर he will start biomolecules production. And in the campus, we have this incubation center, same as, so our student teachers should visit various universities globally within the framework, I know. And also the faculty, if it is, we are collaborating with this, immediately a joint webinar should be organized. Some of the portion should be taken care by the university, professor of other university. And every year there are 3 distinct categories as per a national education policy is concerned. How you are enriching student in the learning process, how you are empowering your faculty in the teaching process, and how you are taking your branch of education to the next level. And they say, teach to transform, learn to lead, and educate to empower. This should be our aim. Thank you.
So, one One of the thing which was very common, evidently common, was focusing on the PhDs. And PhDs with a good research resulting into technologies or maybe spin-offs. That is what is emerging out correctly. Professor Yadav put real kind of ambitions before us, and whereas the framework was delineated by Professor Sapkar, that what kind of frameworks are available, because that balance has to be made somewhere, because we cannot really go, liberty is up to, as it is said, it is up to where my nose starts. Your liberty is up to when my nose starts. So exactly the liberties has some boundaries as well. So those boundaries are the frameworks, and therefore definitely, Professor Sapkar, what you have specified. And the ranking wise, of course, I am not supposed to give my opinion here, but NRF ranking is something which is more important to us as in India. While this LIT was getting converted into LIT University, and a de facto LITian, I would call it the de facto LITian, Mohanji Pandey, was very instrumental in doing all those things. And then definitely he knows what efforts has been made. Before you came, Professor Yadav mentioned it, who all went to the secretary and what was the fight which was happening. So set aside that fight, but something must have convinced you that you must get into this fight and get these things done for the LIT. What was that, and why you felt that what vision was kept by alumni or LIT professors or LIT students or whoever has touched your heart for, and then that heart has to build dreams for the LIT. So please, your opinions on that. सगळ्यात म्हणजे स्वागत आहे तुमचं मराठीमध्ये.
गुड मॉर्निंग डिग्निटरीज ऑन द डायस ऑफ द डायस. आमचा जो प्रवास होता, म्हणजे आता बिनवाली सरांनी सांगितलं, आमचा प्रवास फारच म्हणजे असा फार सहज सुरू झाला. म्हणजे आम्हाला ऑटोनॉमी हवी होती, म्हणजे एलआयटीएन्सला ऑटोनॉमी हवी होती. आणि माझे मित्र उत्कर्ष खोपकर, सचिन पळसोकर, हे मी यांचं 2-3-4 वर्षापासून सारखा स्ट्रगल बघत होतो की त्यांना, म्हणजे त्यासाठी ते दे वर नॉकिंग ऑल द डोअर्स, पण त्यांचं काही होत नव्हतं. आणि मला एक दिवशी, मी त्यांना फक्त मीडियामध्ये आपल्या बातम्या छापणं वगैरे एवढी मदत करत होतो जेवढे माझे कनेक्ट होते त्या हिशोबाने. पण मग एक दिवशी म्हणजे त्यांनी मला म्हटलं की आम्हाला काहीतरी करायचं आहे, तर आम्हाला देवेंद्रजींना भेटायचं आहे. आणि आम्ही 1-1.5 महिन्यापासून देवेंद्रजींना भेटायचा प्रयत्न करतोय, पण आम्हाला वेळही मिळत नाही. आणि त्यांनी मला आणखी 4-5 मोठे नावं सांगितले, 1000 करोड प्लस लोकांचे जे प्रयत्न करत होते देवेंद्रजींना भेटायचं, पण ते शक्य होत नव्हतं. त्यांनी मला 4-4:30 वाजता सांगितलं. मी देवेंद्रजींना फोन केला, ते इन्स्टंटली नागपुरात होते. 6 वाजताची आम्हाला वेळ मिळाली. इमिजिएटली आम्ही गेलो, तर तिथे 400 लोक उभे होते. नेहमीप्रमाणे देवेंद्रजींची ओपीडी सुरू होती. तर आम्हाला इमिजिएटली बोलवण्यात आलं. मी होतो, लाभे सर होते, मानकर सर होते आणि अजयजी होते. आम्ही सगळे होतो. आम्ही त्यांना एक छोटंसं प्रेझेंटेशन दाखवलं, जे आपलं वॉकथ्रू एक 7 मिनिटाचं यादव कमिटी जेव्हा हायकोर्टने अपॉइंट केली होती त्यानंतर तयार झालेलं एक वॉकथ्रू होतं. ते आम्ही त्यांना दाखवलं. त्यांना ते फार आवडलं. आणि त्यांनी फक्त आम्हाला, लाभे सरांना विचारलं की तुम्हाला किती पैसे हवे हे सगळं करायला. तर आम्ही त्यांना म्हटलं आम्हाला 160 कोटी हवे. तर ते म्हणे दिले, यू गो अहेड. आणि मग सगळेजण बाहेर गेल्यावर त्यांनी फक्त मला थांबवून घेतलं. त्यांनी मला विचारलं की हे तू करशील का, तू करत असशील तर मी करतो, कारण मग आतापर्यंत म्हणजे हे करायला कोणीतरी हवं, म्हणजे त्यांच्या भाषेमध्ये तू सुपारी घेतो का असं त्यांनी मला म्हटलं. तर मी विचार न करता म्हटलं की हा ओके, मी घेतो सुपारी. कारण आम्ही फ्लॅशबॅकमध्ये थोडंसं गेलो. आम्ही कॉलेजमध्ये असताना मी देवेंद्रजी आणि निखिल मुंडले, आमचा एक आणखीन कॉमन फ्रेंड आहे डॉक्टर मेश्राम म्हणून, सुशांत मेश्राम, ही इज अ रेस्पिरेटरी मेडिसिन हेड ऑफ सुपर स्पेशालिटी. आम्ही इथे वॉक करायला यायचो कॉलेजमध्ये असताना. खाली आम्ही तिथे देवेंद्रची लॅम्ब्रेटा होती आणि याची आपल्या निखिलची हिरो होंडा होती. त्याच्यावर आम्ही यायचो, गाडी खाली ठेवायचो, इथे 2-3 राऊंड मारायचो, खाली जायचो, मग तिकडे तिथे टपरीवर आम्ही चहा प्यायचो. आणि मग तेव्हा आम्ही सारखं इसका कुछ होना चाहिए, कितनी अच्छी जगह है, ऐसा वैसा आम्ही तिथे नेहमी डिस्कस करायचो. म्हणून म्हणजे ते एक आमचं हे होतं, बॉन्डिंग होतं. आणि या इतकी ग्लोरियस संस्था याच्यासाठी काहीतरी व्हायला पाहिजे असं आम्हाला सतत वाटत होतं. तर त्या दिवशी ही ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी अचानक मिळाली तर मी आय कन्सेंटेड टू टेक द सुपारी ऑफ LIT. म्हणजे आणि मग त्यावेळेला देवेंद्रजींनी सजेस्ट केलं की त्यांनी फक्त एकच लाईन म्हटली जी तेव्हापासून ते आजपर्यंत म्हणतात. ते म्हणतात की बा पहिले याची ICT कर, मग त्याची IIT कर. दिस इज व्हॉट म्हणजे सपनो के LIT, देवेंद्रजींची जी सपनो के LIT आहे ती ICT IIT असं हे नेहमीच सारखं ते मला म्हणत असतात. आणि दॅट इज व्हॉट ड्रोव मी इथे. म्हणजे जेव्हा मला हे सांगण्यात आलं की बा हे आपण हे असं करू शकतो, मी गव्हर्नमेंटकडनं सगळी मदत करतो आणि ऑटोनॉमी वगैरे कशाला, सरळ युनिव्हर्सिटी बनवून टाकू. आणि त्यांनी सरांचं पाहिलं आणि त्यांनी मला पहिला प्रश्न म्हटलं, यादव सरांना फोन कर म्हणे. पहिले यादव सरांना, म्हणजे याची पुढची सुपारी यादव सरांना दे की यादव सरांना हेड करायला सांग. ही इज द राईट पर्सन टू टेक अप दिस आणि ही इज द राईट पर्सन हू कॅन ट्रान्सफॉर्म LIT इंटू द युनिव्हर्सिटी विच वी ऑल बी प्राऊड ऑफ. आणि नागपूरचं हे वैभव आहे आणि त्याला न्यायच मिळत नाही. 650 कॉलेजच्या गर्दीत ते हरवून गेलाय कुठेतरी. त्यामुळे त्याला न्याय मिळत नाहीये. आपणही डायरेक्टली काही करू शकत नाहीये. त्याला आपण विद्यापीठ करू. मग दिस इज हाऊ इट स्टार्टेड. मग आम्ही इमिजिएटली यादव सरांना फोन केला आणि ज्या दिवशी आम्ही देवेंद्रजींना हे प्रेझेंटेशन दाखवलं त्या दिवशीपासून एक्झॅक्टली 9 महिन्याच्या आत त्याचं विद्यापीठ झालं. आम्हाला 9व्या महिन्यात आम्हाला विद्यापीठाचा दर्जा मिळाला. बाकी थोडेसे टीचिंग प्रॉब्लेम्स आहे. डॉक्टर मानकर सरांचा रोल फार इम्पॉर्टंट होता या पूर्ण प्रोसेसमध्ये. कारण आमच्या सगळ्यांजवळ फक्त एन्थुझियाझम होतं. एन्थुझियाझम, कनेक्ट वगैरे वगैरे सगळे म्हणजे सगळे EQ फॅक्टर्स आमच्याजवळ भरपूर होते. पण प्रोसिजर्स, पेपर वर्क हे सगळं माहीत असणारे मानकर सर होते. ते व्हाईस चान्सलरही होते बाटूचे. त्यामुळे त्यांच्या अनुभवाचा आम्हाला भरपूर फायदा झाला. यादव सर was and is a lighthouse for this LIT. आणि त्यांच्या यादव सर असल्यामुळे म्हणजे आम्ही आजही देवेंद्रजींकडे जेव्हा आपण जातो तर मला प्रत्येक वेळेला ते सगळं झाल्यावर म्हणतात, ते यादव सरांना विचारून घे एकदा. हा, ते मी सही करून देतोय पण तू त्यांना विचारून घे. म्हणजे दॅट इज हाऊ इट इज गोइंग ऑन. आपल्याला आपले ड्रीम्स जे रिअलाइज करायसाठी आता गव्हर्नमेंटकडनं, आपल्याला सरकारकडनं 250 कोटी रुपये आपल्याला मिळतात आहे. आपण 6 लाख स्क्वेअर फीट बांधकाम, म्हणजे आपलं पूर्ण टोटल कॅम्प, आपला डिक्लाइनच्या तिथे जे 40 एकर जागा आपल्याकडे आहे तिथून आपण पूर्ण नवीन कॅम्पस करतो आहे. आपण या पूर्ण कॅम्पसला फेसलिफ्ट करतो आहे. ऑलरेडी आपल्याकडे गर्ल्स हॉस्टेलचं सँक्शन झालेलं आहे. आपल्याला आपलं मंडेला हॉस्टेल वापस मिळालेलं आहे. आपल्याला टीचर्स क्वार्टर आपले वापस मिळतील, जे आपली जागा आहे. टीचर्स क्वार्टरच्या बाजूला आपण गर्ल्स हॉस्टेल करतो आहे इनिशियली. आपल्याला 5 कोटी रुपये गव्हर्नमेंटकडनं रोबोटिक्स आणि AIचं कोर्स आपण हे करतोय त्यासाठी मिळतात आहे. आपल्याला गेलकडनं 10 कोटी रुपये सेंटर ऑफ एक्सलन्स पॉलिमर्सचे करायला ते मिळणार आहे. आपल्याला 60 लाख रुपये स्विमिंग पूल डेव्हलप करायला मिळणार आहे सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंटनं वगैरे. असं आपल्याला भरपूर. ऑल दिस विल डेफिनेटली हेल्प अस टू रिअलाइज अवर ड्रीम LIT व्हेरी सून. थँक्यू.
So it is going very well. Ambitions, framework, infrastructure, the efforts which has been put together. So you must have understood what has taken to make it shape as a LIT university. And therefore, looking the dreams or dreaming for the higher things for the LIT university is a must for us. I invite Abhay Nafdeji to give his comments on these aspects, whatever has been discussed, and particularly about the kind of other aspect of any educational institutions, not only Rashtriya Shiksha Niti, but also like NAC accreditations and other things. So maybe Abhay Nafdeji. You want to speak from here? Yeah, very well. Welcome.
नमस्कार. मी बसून बोलण्याऐवजी प्रेफर करतो की मी उभा होऊन बोलीन, कारण इतके रिस्पेक्टेड मंडळी माझ्यासमोर उभी आहेत आणि त्यातल्या त्यात एक व्यक्ती जो आपल्या डी लक्ष्मीनारायण सारखा दिसतो त्याच्यासाठी म्हणून मी उभा राहून बोलण्याचा प्रयत्न करतो. आतापर्यंत आपण फ्रेमवर्क, इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसिजर्स ह्याच्याबद्दल वगैरे आपण बोललो. पण when it comes to dream is well deep inside the infrastructure. Let us think of one particular aspect. How many staff do we have who are daily teaching to the students? There, we can take out the number. But the brains that we have, that we are training, is much, much, much large in number. Minimum 500 students are there. So we have to dream ourselves, and we have to make the students dream about LIT. That is the most important thing. Because a very disheartening thing happened last few days was की मी एक विचार केला एका पर्टिक्युलर इन्सिडन्स नंतर की मी LIT का जॉईन केलं. मी एमपीच्या एक छोट्याशा गावामधनं आलो होतो आणि मला सगळे लोक चिडवायचे, अरे तुम एमपी वाले क्या करोगे, तुमको तो अंग्रेजी बोलना नहीं आता, तुमको तो ये नहीं आता, तुमको तो वो नहीं आता. एक दिवशी मी चिड़ून म्हटलो, तुम्हारे नागपुर में बेस्ट इंस्टीट्यूट कौन सी हो बताओ, वहां पे जाके मैं एक्सेल करूंगा. एंड दैट व्हाई आई गॉट एडमिशन इन LIT. नाउ सेकेंड थिंग इज दैट this was jolted by a statement I received from one of the students. मैंने पूछा आपने एडमिशन कैसे लिया? सर बाकी के इंस्टीट्यूट से इसकी फीस कम थी इसलिए हमने एडमिशन लिया. सर यहाँ का कोर्स जरा क्या है, हम पढ़ लेते हैं तो पास हो जाते हैं इसलिए किया. नो, हमने ऐसा कुछ करना है, हमने ऐसे प्रोसीजर्स करने, हमने ऐसी टीचिंग करनी है, हमने इन ब्रेन्स को ऐसा ट्रेन करना है कि ये कल चल के समाज में जाके बोलेंगे कि LIT में ये होता है, और पूरे LIT, पूरे नागपुर, पूरे विदर्भ, पूरे महाराष्ट्र, पूरे इंडिया में LIT का नाम ऊपर होना चाहिए. और जम्मू एंड कश्मीर का लड़का भी यहाँ पे आके एडमिशन लेने की पहले प्रायोरिटी दे. So yeah, this is the dream that we have to do. And the thing is that second instance was during the NAC accreditation. NAC accreditation में वो टीम आई थी, पूरे LIT का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का पूरा उन्होंने ब्यौरा लिया. उसके बाद में हम लीटा के जितने भी एलुमिनस थे इन सब से इंटरव्यू लिया, ये लिया वो लिया. हमको आने वाले 10 साल में ऐसा कुछ करना है. वो क्या करना है, वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर विल डिसाइड दैट वी शुड बिकम द ऑडिटिंग अथॉरिटीज फॉर एंटायर इंडिया, दैट वी शुड गिव द एक्रीडिएशन, नॉट दैट वी शुड आस्क फॉर द एक्रीडिएशन. सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द थिंग्स. एंड बाकी तो सब हमारे सीनियर्स ने काफी कुछ इस चीजों के ऊपर में विचारधाराएं डाली हुई है. एंड और एक चीज और मैं कहना चाहूंगा, सॉरी सर, देवेंद्र जी ने भी जो हमको सैंक्शन किया है, वो उनको जो हमारे ड्रीम्स हमने दिखाए हैं उसके ऊपर बिलीव करके उन्होंने ये सैंक्शन दिया हुआ है. एंड वी हैव टू लीव इट टू इट. सेकेंड थिंग इज दैट हम हमेशा हमारी कंपैरिजन करते हैं IIT से, हम हमारी सब कंपैरिजन करते हैं ICT से. डू वी नो द डिफरेंस बिटवीन IIT एंड LIT? सी, दैट इज IIT एंड आस इज LIT. जो IIT का जो पहला I है ना, उसमें L नीचे में एक फाउंडेशन आया हुआ है. एंड वो फाउंडेशन हमको क्रिएट करना है, तब हम वी कैन बिकम बेटर देन IIT. एंड सेकेंड थिंग इज दैट ICT, सॉरी सर, द ICT, इसमें जो I जो है उसमें LIT का इनोवेटिव टेक्नोलॉजी का जो आय है उसके ऊपर में हमको वर्कफोर्स इतना डालना है कि वो ऑटोमेटिकली बिकम्स C and we can be at par with ICT and IIT. Thank you very much.
Sorry for one thing I have missed while I spoke. Taking the dream ahead, we have, Devendraji has given us a land of 12 acres land on Sihagarh Road, Pune to start LIT Pune. So it will be, so once we set up our LIT Nagpur properly in shape, then we'll take up LIT Pune project also. It will follow. So we'll not be just LIT Nagpur, we'll be LIT Pune campus. And then of course, if in his 5 years tenure, he has promised us that, he has said that we'll have 3 LITs in Maharashtra, starting from Nagpur, Pune and another city. Thank you.
So
Yeah, I think he has said Kolhapur also, but I'll tell you something interesting. Now, Devendra's speech is there recorded. It will be in the evening. So he said about 12 acre, right? But it requires manpower. It requires good leaders. We require other things, industry participation. So CSR funds, please remember that. Because we have to build everything. If the land is given, we have to have the compound wall first. Otherwise, it will be encroached within no time. Within no time, it will be encroached. So many ideas have been given today. So none of you should leave this hall without giving you a check. I'm telling you that.
So let it be there. So basically what we are talking about is the dreams which has been shown and a very emotional thought process by Abhay Nafdeji. So everybody was like a very balanced and leadership process, but Nafdeji has come from the heart, bottom of the heart. So Nafdeji, this is very well. And I thought next round of Vidhan Sabha, Mohan Pandeyji, at least for campaign purpose, we have a good candidate with us who can speak like this. Okay, so
That way I don't require mic for speaking.
oh, that we understood. That we understood.
If we project it more, Devendraji might absorb him somewhere else.
So jokes apart, the one thing which I realized when emotionally Abhay Nafdeji was saying and what Mohanji and Yadav sir was adding is what we are getting is the way we are dreaming and putting those dreams to the leaders. If we see bigger, we will get bigger. Provided what we get, we can prove that we are worthy of it. That's what the sense which is coming out of it. While having on the Sapnon Ki LIT, how do we leave future generation away from this particular discussion? I invite Sujal Deshmukh to speak on the behalf of, you are Sujal, right? Yeah. Please come and speak on the behalf of a young generation. What your thought process for the Sapnon Ki LIT?
So I am third year chemical engineering.
He is a student.
Yes. नमस्कार. माझ्या मते स्वप्नांची LIT हा अर्धा टॉपिक झाला. जसं आपल्या दिग्गज वक्तांनी म्हटलं, आपण स्वप्न पाहिलं, पण स्वप्न पाहून होत नाही. आपल्याला स्वप्नावर काम करावं लागतं. कारण एका महापुरुषांनी म्हटलं होतं, ड्रीम्स आर नॉट दॅट यू सी व्हाईल यू स्लीप, बट ड्रीम्स आर दोज दॅट डज नॉट लेट यू स्लीप. सो गुड मॉर्निंग एव्हरीवन. आय सुजल देशमुख, third year chemical engineering, standing before you as a student representative and to give you a point of view what students see in dreams about LIT. So I will be very concise and I'll take 4 people or 4 branches, that is life sciences and 4th year, 3rd year, 2nd year and 1st year. Starting with 4th year, since they are going to pass out, but they have very big ambitions and dreams about their juniors. They feel that we should have a better sports complex, and not only men's team, but girls team also should back gold medal in all sports. Student-centric and proper consideration of classes, AC-vented classes, digital board. I guess this has all been covered in the infrastructure, but still I'll put some light on it. Moreover, integration of Swayam credit transfer into not only LITU students also, but the LIT students, so that they get also benefit from it. Yeah, renovation of swimming pool. It's from first year people that they want to enjoy their 3 years in LITU with having installation of ACs, formation of new clubs like art, music and all. आणि जसं की मी म्हणतो आहे की LIT युनिव्हर्सिटी हा एक फक्त युनिव्हर्सिटी नसून एक कुटुंब आहे, जिकडे आम्ही स्टुडंट्स हे एक लहान मुलांसारखे आहोत ज्यांना सगळं करण्याची इच्छा आहे. म्हणून मी हा पण पॉईंट ठेवतो की मोर स्टुडंटनी केलेले प्रोग्राम्स जसं की LIT MUN झालं, रिॲक्ट झालं, हे अजून झाली पाहिजे. आपल्या कुटुंबामध्ये LIT युनिव्हर्सिटीमध्ये एक नवीन सदस्य आहे, लाईफ सायन्सेस, दॅट इज मायक्रोबायोलॉजी, बायोटेक्नॉलॉजी अँड बायोकेमिस्ट्री. मी त्यांना विचारलं होतं की तुमचं स्वप्न काय आहे, तर त्यांनी म्हटलं होतं की आमचं फक्त एकच स्वप्न आहे की बायोकेमिस्ट्री हे बायो शब्द आहे याच्या गोष्टींना सोडून लाईफ सायन्सेस, केमिकल इंजिनिअरिंग, केमिकल टेक्नॉलॉजी या तिघांनी हात मिळवून देशाला नाही तर पूर्ण जगाला LIT युनिव्हर्सिटीच्या नावाने पुढे घेऊन गेलो पाहिजे. आणि आता जसं यादव सरांनी म्हटलं आणि की आपल्याला मॅन पॉवर लागेल, सर आम्ही आहोत ना, मी माझे तिकडे सगळे कलिग्स, तुम्हाला जेवढी मॅन पॉवर पाहिजे आम्ही तुम्हाला देऊ आणि LITला विश्वात नंबर 1 करू. धन्यवाद.
Sujal, I was almost afraid of giving you the mic when you started saying about the swimming pool and the music. So I thought, what is that student has got? But at the end, you were absolutely good. You said that you promised that you are the manpower. You, as a student representative, you said you will be the manpower to die for it because somebody has to die for it. Rest of the things will be definitely taken care of.
We have 12 crore rupees in the new plan for only sports facilities. That we have.
So I will open the house. In fact, it is customary to take a second remark, but paucity of the time, I will give only for the two people. One is. I will take more time. You will take more time. So that is like an order, so I can't avoid it. But before Atulji speaks, I would like to Yadavji to say. I will speak first and then. Okay, you want to speak first. Okay, please go ahead.
He is your double boss.
He is my mentor as well. So
anyway, I had to force my entry, and sometimes you can use your position. That has taught me. Niri has taught me that. So sometimes you have to force your expertise and positions to storm into. Anyway, point is that we are basically discussing the details. What should be our dream? Dreaming, first of all, why one should dream. Dreaming is the thing which makes human being different from other animals. When you dream, you realize that. And more the intensity of the dream, more quickly it is realized. More people dreaming the same thing, more quickly it realizes, which we have seen in case of LIT getting transferred from Institute of Nagpur University to autonomous to university status. It is because all of us together dreamt about making this LIT as an independent university. And automatically we were helped with Mohanji, Madhavji, everybody. It comes like that. So dreaming is the nature of a person, and we must dream intensely, and more number should dream the same thing. That is number 1. Number 2, dream, I am getting many things. Everybody is expert and everybody has put forward. But in one line, what should be the dream of LIT? Unless you plan that, what should be? And I think Abhay Napade was very close to the thoughts which are a simple definition. It can be different for others. All the students India abroad should dream to get admission into LIT. Can it be a dream of LIT? Why? Whatever fees, whatever infrastructure, all students across the world, across the India should dream that I should be alumni of LIT. If this is the dream, we all of us see, next question comes, how to get the dream into practice. Now here is the plan. Now what would make LIT so that it becomes a dream of all students? So then we have so many things, like I was always discussing with BOG yesterday. Everybody knows that we need first infrastructure, we need good faculty, means human resource. Sujal, when I say human resource, students are included. It's not only faculty, it's not only non-technical, it's a human resource which is available with the university. Number 3, we must have a curriculum which will place LIT on the top. That is third thing. Fourth thing is that information dissemination, business management or business development, because unless you have industrial touch, you cannot fulfill your dreams. You should be research oriented. Fundamental research cannot be bypassed, but at the same time, applied research has to be there, and that gives you a lot of funding also and visibility. Rest is finance, like Mohanji has said, there are many mechanisms. So financial management, so these are 5-6 things which we have to really plan. Once we decide our dream, we have to plan how to get that dream realized. And the last point, the third structure where all of us and all experts are working there is a framework and system to realize the dreams. I'll put forward one example is that it's a well-known thing. That Manhattan project everybody has known, making nuclear bomb in 45 weeks, maybe 9 months. So this was the dream. Scientists like Einstein and all those all stalwarts were available, but that was executed in a very systematic manner because it was a government project. So whatever Einstein said or whatever Oppenheimer said, it was not practiced. So there was a committee, and it was a beautiful committee, I would say, that how system has to be understood. Nuclear bomb, it's a scientific fact. So there is a scientific leader for that, who was Oppenheimer. It has to be used for military purpose. So military general was another, by default, he was the member of the committee. And third was president. Of course, without president's permission, nothing can go around. And there was a systematic framework because money coming, money going out, it has to be in a system. If you read Abdul Kalam, PSLV, all were dreams initially and how they were realized in a systematic project way because they all followed Government of India norms and you have to follow that. So what I want to say is that there are 3 structures. First, finalize your dream. I think I will coincide my views with Abhay and Afade's views that it should be student-oriented dream. So simple thing, all students should dream of LIT to be LIT alumni across the world. And then to achieve this, we must have a plan that we are making. And that plan has to be very, very elaborate plan. And third thing, that plan has to be put into the system. System cannot accept the random plans. System has to be followed as long as, in simple words, I used to say in NEERI also, as long as the system is being paid by government money or public money, it has to follow a system. You cannot bypass that. It's a fact. So there is a freedom within the framework. So we have to utilize that freedom. So at the end, I would like to say that in this process, we should keep aside our differences. If we think of LIT dream, I should not think that I am VC. He should not think that he is BOG chairman. All of us are facilitators to realize this dream. And if we really play our roles, and everybody will have his own expertise, Dr. Sapka, Abhayji has, everybody has to play his role as a facilitator VC, of course. VC is the post, but then he is a facilitator. VC, of course. VC is the post, but then he is a facilitator. If we come out with that, there is no way anybody can stop to get the best possible dream for LIT realized. So this is why what I wanted to say. At the end, everybody should read Alchemist, which tells about the dreaming, why a person should dream. And there are many incidences which are reported. It's a novel, but then you can see in our life also why a person should dream. So let us dream big for LIT, plan properly for LIT, and then put that plan and dream into the system so that it evolves as a realizable dream into Indian framework. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dr. Atul. To put it into right one-liner, that LIT to become the first choice for the admission across the world. That is something which is one-liner, and then everything follows, plan, executions, and everything follows. Okay. Looking at the paucity of the time, because the another topiwala over there, Dr. Ajay Deshpande has signed me that next mind session is going on. You are taking too long. Okay. So let me open this for the house for at least for a few questions, because there has some questions. Yeah, please, sir, please.
Before we invite audience participation, I want to tell you 3 different facts. You have heard of MIT, right? Everybody, not the MIT acronym in India, but the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Cambridge, Boston. It was not the first choice of students, believe me. But they appointed a leader during the Second World War. His name was Vernon Bush. And he was a man of dreams. And he envisaged everything. The National Science Foundation, which we emulated in India, was his creation. He said, I want to make MIT number 1. He recruited the best of the people. He made the policies for the nation. It is not just for MIT. So the leadership matters. And everybody supported him. So we have to support Professor Atul Vaidya in whatever he wants to do. Number 2, MIT never had a president who was a woman. So Susan Hockfield became the president of MIT a few years ago. She was the first lady president. She was a medical doctor. She said MIT is number 1 in technology development and all. Almost 1/3 of the technologies developed in USA are by the graduates of MIT and Stanford. Okay, 1/3 of the GDP is created by them. So she said, why should I say that I am number 1? I should go and have collaborations with others within the Boston city. There are 32 plus universities there. And she opened up. She generated $3 billion endowment. You can imagine, it's not an easy job, but she was open to ideas. She was a medical doctor, but she says, we must collaborate. So collaboration is another mantra. So whoever is in Nagpur, we have to collaborate with. They should say, Are, Vaidya sir, we want to collaborate with you. Yeah. Give our students chance to work in your incubation center or laboratories. And so that is number 2. And number 3, the faculty in LIT must learn how to unlearn. They must forget that they were LIT and they should not think that, they don't have the abilities. No. Start learning something new. Think that you are going to be the makers of future here. So first thing we have to do is we have to train the faculty, bring people from outside and tell them they can do it. And they will do it. Okay, it is not that they should say, Litawala, they are interfering with us and they are expecting too many things. Why not? Because we have to meet the aspirations of the students. We have to have the best in the business. And remember, if you have a good idea, because as the chairman of the board, we will support it. But it has to be executed by the vice chancellor and his various deans and heads and others. So, in fact, we have already modified the mission and vision, and life sciences is there, Mr. Sujal. Life sciences is a part of it. This I have been telling since beginning, that they are part. They are not here because there is no alumnus from that branch yet, but they will be there in future. So they are part of it. And if you have any worthy idea, the students must suggest to the vice chancellor or their heads of departments and all. Money is not the restriction, I'm telling you that. Money can be raised if you have a good idea, and I'm sure your alumni will help in raising the fund. That's what I believe. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So now I am helpless with such a. Please, sir, please. He wants to say something.
All this, yesterday we were suggested 3 T's by Ajay Rakaji. 4 T today, Yadav sir suggested technology. And finally I am putting 5th T in trust.
Trust.
So if that trust is amongst ourselves, we can go anywhere. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Vinayakji, just after Gharpur, sir. Sujal, can you help with the mic? He is the youngest person, youngest LITN, Mr. Gharpure. Gharpure, sir, please. You will come here, but sir, please brief.
I am 1956 passed. I will complete 91 this April. You see, last time I came, I wanted to donate some funds, and you are making an incubation center. And I was not happy with the way it was being done. So far I am withholding what I want to grant, because the low aim is a crime. For example, during the discussion we said we should become ICT, IIT. What I wanted at that moment to say, we should be MIT. And Yadav sir, I am grateful that you brought that subject. Low aim is a crime. We should have swimming pool, we should have this and that is not the aim. Aim is a high goal. I want to land on the moon, like Kennedy said. Or I want to create a atom bomb Manhattan project. And then money and resources will come. So swimming pool, this facility, that facility is not the game. We want to be like MIT, that should be the goal. And once the goal is there, then we can appoint a person who is powerful enough. And fortunately, you have Devendraji who is willing to go with us. Then make a roadmap which will lead to the MIT, and funds will follow. So let us have a high goal, and dreams can come true. Jules Verne dreamt of man on the moon, it is a reality. 20,000 leagues below the sea, it is a reality. High goal will lead to reality. That is the small submission I want to make.
So sir, we are sure to give you the roadmap. And now, see, a person who has, sir, I'll just call. Vinayakji is waiting for so long time. So I'll take Vinayakji first.
ओके नाही मला मोहनजी आता यादव सरांनी रिक्वेस्ट केली की प्रत्येकाने इथे चेक देऊन जावं आणि एक लाभांनी मला माझ्या गळ्यामध्ये एक फंड रेझिंग जबाबदारी घातली होती बऱ्याच दिवसांपासून अँड आय ट्राईड लॉट फॉर दॅट. पण तेव्हा एक लोकांच्या मनात एक कन्फ्युजन असतं की आता तुम्ही बरेच नंबर घेतले 160 कोटी फडणवीसांकडनं, 10 कोटी गेलकडनं, 5 कोटी आणखीन कोणाकडनं. तर मग एवढे फंड जर येतात आहे तेच कसे खर्च करायचे अजून तुम्हाला माहिती नाही आहे, तर वाय यू आर आस्किंग फॉर आवर मनी, त्याचं काय करणार आहात तुम्ही? तर त्याचं एक थोडीशी क्लॅरिटी आपल्याला पाहिजे की व्हॉट फंड्स कमिंग फ्रॉम द ॲल्युमिनाई अँड व्हॉट फंड्स कमिंग फ्रॉम द गव्हर्नमेंट, हाऊ दे आर गोइंग टू बी डिफरंटली यूज, की कुठले फंड गव्हर्नमेंटचे कुठल्या कामाला आपण वापरू शकत नाही आणि ती कामं पण आपल्याला करायची आहे. सो आय थिंक दॅट हॅज टू बी क्लिअरली अ मेसेज वेन वी गो देअर, बिकॉज सम पीपल टोल्ड मी अरे 160 कोटी तर येऊ द्या, ते संपले की बघू आपण, देन वी ॲल्युमिनाय विल कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट. नो, दॅट इज अ कॉमन पर्सन अंडरस्टँडिंग जेव्हा आपण फंड रेझिंगला जातो. तर दॅट शुड बी मे बी व्हेरी क्लिअरली, अँड देन वी स्पीक इन मेनी फोरम्स की आपल्याला एवढे पैसे मिळणार आहेत. नंतर वाय यू आर गोइंग आफ्टर द ॲल्युमिनी टू कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट ॲट दिस स्टेज, तर त्याची एक थोडीशी क्लॅरिटी दिली तर लोकांना चांगलं होईल. आणि दुसरा जे वैद्य सरांनी प्लान म्हटला, तर दॅट शुड बी ए टाईम बाउंड, ज्याला आपण म्हणतो. तसं यांनी कॅनडीनी 1960 कॅनडी हॅड सेड आय वॉन्ट टू लँड ए मॅन ऑन द मून इन धिस डिकेड, and that happened. NASA did not know anything about it, what is going to happen, but that happened. So that kind of dream LIT to get all over the world, people coming here, that should be a time bound, maybe 10-year, 15-year kind of thing.
So I think somebody wants to answer this. Give comments on it.
One.
Yeah, Labe sir.
He is right when
चालू होतं सर, पहिल्यांदाच चालू होतं.
Vinayak is right. When we go to alumni, this question is often raised. You are going to get 250 crores from government. Then rest is CSR, Vinayak. 15 crores or 15 crores we are getting for basically your project. Vinayak is, I think most of us not knowing, we have a project called Center of Excellence for, correct me if I am wrong, Industrial Safety and Environment Protection. Barabar na? Center of Excellence for Industrial Safety and Environment Protection. This project we launched last year. However, Vinayak and his co-head, so there was not much breakthrough in that. Subsequently, we got some promise from Gas Authority of India to support this industrial safety project, and that's, if I'm not wrong, it's 15 crore rupees. So let's see how it goes. That's besides the issue. Issue is 250 versus my 100,000. Why? Why should I give 100,000 when there is a 250 crores? आपल्या इथे म्हण आहे एक, लंकेत सोन्याच्या विटा. तर सरकारी पैसा हा सोन्याच्या विटा आहेत. इट्स आकाशात ठेवलेलं एक फळ आहे. आपलं नशीब चांगलं असेल तर ते मिळेल. आय डोंट बिलीव्ह, ऑनेस्टली आय डोंट बिलीव्ह that 250 will come in next 2 years at least. हे माझं म्हणणं आहे. म्हणजे देयर मे बी अ डिफरंट ओपिनियन, परंतु काय असतं की सरकारी पैसा, देन देअर प्रोसिजर्स, देअर प्रॅक्टिसेस, इट टेक्स टाइम. मी एक छोटंसं उदाहरण देतो. देअर वॉज टोटल darkness in LIT, and this is nothing to, that's why I'm not mentioning any name, just to give you how bureaucracy and how bureaucratic patterns thinks. So when we said there is a darkness in LIT, the reply given to me was, विद्युत अभियंत्याच्या नेमणुकीसाठी आपण शासनाला अर्ज केला आहे आणि शासनाने ते अर्ज मंजूर झाल्यानंतर विद्युत अभियंता येईल. We have applied to government to give us an electrical engineer, and when electrical engineer will come, there the darkness will be removed. This is how the bureaucracy works. So why I request alumni, we are not requesting funds for big things. We are not asking funds for infrastructure development. We are asking funds for immediate requirements of LIT University, where it is difficult to get money from Government of India or Government of Maharashtra, as per my understanding. My understanding may be wrong. Second, as I have been informed that, by the authorities again, I'm not naming name, that the government supports for new infrastructure development, not for renovation or not for maintenance. Because maintenance money they have is very limited. So they can't spend on that. For example, small things are there. The condition of bathrooms, we all know it's very bad. Condition of hostel is pathetic. So that we are touching those things where you need money immediately. Why we are requesting our alumni to donate for hostel renovation? Because as on date, I have been informed that university doesn't have enough fund to do that renovation. So we are helping. We have taken the project. We already got some 35 lakhs commitment. I think total estimates is around 2 crore rupees. Similarly, incubation center. The center which we built into incubation was basically more or less a scrapyard. So let's not blame anybody. Everybody was right when he is in that position. He thinks the way, the resources and the capacity he has. But then we all alumni, because we come from a different environment, our thinking is different. We want to help the patient who is in ICU immediately. This is like depending on the insurance money. Insurance 25 lakh ka hai. But then you have to apply for claim and all those things. And insurance again 10 years back. 10 years back अगर किसी ने health insurance लिया होगा तो वो आदमी मरने के बाद मिलता था. So government money is like that. I have a different opinion altogether. I will appreciate if it comes in 2 months. बिल्कुल एकदम hats off. But it cannot come. और अगर आएगा तो भी that 250 crores infrastructure development will take at least 2 to 3 years.
Sir,
and our institution cannot wait for such long time.
Sir, can we be closing?
So
conclude?
we are asking money for small projects, doable projects, and immediately doable projects. Thank you.
Yeah. So the last comment I will take from Professor Gokte, because we have already exceeded the time. Sir, तिथूनच बोला ना.
नाही बसायचं नाही.
आणि सर थोडक्यात प्लीज.
मास्तर बसला की झालं सगळे. Very good morning. I have some few concrete suggestions because I am working here for last 30 years and today also I am working for LIT. So few concrete suggestions I want to give. Number one, when I meet people here, there are retired persons who have settled in Nagpur. They are 50 in number at least. And many of them have specialized knowledge. I can name the person who is an expert in plastics. I can name a person who is excellent in paints. So all these retired persons, how much they are involved in day-to-day activity of LIT. So if an effort is made, I think out of those 50%, if 10 persons come out and contribute to teaching, research, development, and other activities, then naturally we can go ahead like anything because many of the persons are from industry and they have successfully established industries. How much we can call them here? Once or twice a week. If we are able to call them but with some honor, and we have to pay them something. Industry वाला जो है वो 1 घंटा आपको फोकट में नहीं देने वाले. So there must be some funding for invited lectures or speakers, and they should get regularly involved. Means once a week, twice a week, or something like that. The second important thing, when you talk about larger dreams, I will give you an example. 5 minutes. Rutgers University, my grandson is learning there. The number of students working there or learning there is 1 lakh. And I have seen the fees for that course is 40 lakhs per annum, and 50% students are from outside USA. Yes. So question is, this money which is going out, number one, and number two, can we make efforts so at least 10% of the foreign students come to this institute? And we have got contacts in USA, we have got contacts in other parts of the continents where we can contact and try to get at least 10% outside students. Then it is possible. Number three, some special courses, short-term courses should be introduced, which I have designed and I have already implemented. They should be taken up in university. Say, 2 days program, 15 days program, 30 days program, I have already outlined and tried to implement it. So let us go to that idea, and smaller events can give you some revenue. Definitely. Suppose I have a concept in my mind that is kitchen factory. Everybody can start a factory, home care products kitchen factory. So let common man come to LIT, learn something for 2 days, so we will be more linked to the society. All these ideas, I have already talked to Mr. Vaidya. And one more thing I would like to point that in chemical engineering or engineering, industrial economics or knowledge of economics, we should have strong faculty to teach finance and economics to engineers. That has not been done. That has been sidetracked. Actually, unless and until finance, industrial economics, it is taught to the student, his practical knowledge, financial knowledge will be very poor. Another important thing, last but not the least, we have produced about 100 PhD students from LIT. And at least 50 students MTech by research. They have come here, they have worked here. And they are in good positions. So we must incorporate in our alumni association all those PhD and research students. ME by research was a course which I was teaching, in which industry people can come here, say for 2 months to 3 months here, and rest of the things they can do in their place. Many of our old students have expressed the opinion that they want to get a degree of MTech. So MTech by research has been stopped. Why, I don't know. So that's all. So I wish to conclude and with a poem, वरदे वीणा वादिनी नव युग के इस विहग वृंद को नव स्वर नव पर दे. Thank you very much.
So there is a journal called ChemCom, and most of us have tried to write a paper into that. And the very important factor of that ChemCom is you cannot write a lengthy manuscript. It has to be very short. Okay. And the second important part on the ChemCom is your abstract has to be 1 sentence. Cannot be more than 1 sentence. I think we need to write ChemCom papers more. Okay. I mean to say that, but I'm just representing it as a ChemCom. Because if we don't conclude that way, then probably we have not, I was not able to give chances to many more people whose idea could also be contributing in a very positive way. Thank you very much for the panelists. Now I have an honor to do with all the panelists to give them the mementos for their contributions. And for that, mementos are ready? Can we? Okay. Please, whatever your concepts are, send email to LITA Chairman, Secretary, and copy to Vice Chancellor, LIT University, so that we will discuss and we will take it further, and that would be the great to contribute. Madhav sir, can you please do the honor of giving the memento to Dr. Vaidya? Okay, Dr. Vaidya has taken the role of host, therefore he cannot be given the memento. So I would request Madhavji to give it to Professor Yadav. May I invite Vinayakji Marathe to give the next memento to Professor Sapkar. On purpose, I am inviting Ajay Bhaskar Biniwale. I am Rajesh Bhaskar Biniwale. I am inviting Ajay Bhaskar Biniwale to give the memento to Mohan Pandeyji. On purpose, Yadav sir. Yadav sir, no issues. Mohan सर मी पर्पजली त्यांना बोलावलं अजय भास्कर बिनीवाले. एक सफेद बार एक काला बार भला एक कलर. मी सांगतो आणि आय विल इन्व्हाइट प्रोफेसर मानकर टू गिव्ह मोमेंटो टू अभय नाफडेजी. सर मी तुम्हाला एका जागी बसू देणार नाही. So we have done.
So it's my special request to all students that next few years LIT should shine.
Or so the email address we will display it, sir, over here after some time, so that they will note that email address. Thank you very much. Thank you for my esteemed panelists. Thanks for your time, your thought process. I am the coordinator, so I can't take the mementos. I have to follow the mentor. It's all yours. Thank you. Sir, thank you very much.
Good morning. Don't leave the hall, please. There is no break. The break will happen after 1 hour. I deliberately said good morning because that is what is written in my script, and somehow the session, earlier session, was so interesting that everybody was involved in that, and now it is a good afternoon, or good noon rather, and I welcome you all for a very interesting session now, which is very close to all of us. I think every one of us here is going to get benefited by this particular session, wellness and well-being. Friends, wellness and well-being is just not a buzzword. In my opinion, sorry? If we give a tea break, we will not have a lunch break then. I can go ahead giving a tea break, but you can send the tea here, because unless we start discussing on that, because we will get delayed. The lunch will get delayed and our evening program is then scheduled accordingly. Let me call all the panelists on the dais. Mr. Kamal Narayan Sitha, Dr. Anjali Joshi, Mr. Milind Khasnis, Mr. Sachin Shirbhavikar, Miss Meenal Dorlikar, Mr. Sunil Nikhar. Please, anywhere. Whichever you want to sit. Please go ahead. The tea will be coming to your seat, so please sit down, all the people behind. So friends, wellness and well-being are not only the buzzwords, they are, according to me, are the foundation on which we build a resilient and a fulfilling life. In today's fast-paced world, we often find ourselves prioritizing efficiency, productivity over manpower. But really what happens when the pursuit of success comes at the cost of our well-being? There are n number of examples which we can tell that they had wealth and not well-being, and they did not have health, so it was not. So there has to be a balance between wealth and health also. So that is what we are going to discuss, especially for the students. It's going to be far more interesting, but for alumni also, it's going to be equally interesting. So let me introduce first of all. Yeah, I told them that the tea is coming here, so don't take a tea break. So let me introduce our panelists. I have also known them very recently, and it's a wonderful panelist we have today. So let us, we have the most young mind, though his biological age is 80 plus. He is Mr. Kamal Narayan Sitha. He is our own LITian. He graduated in chemical engineering in 1964, where most of us were not even born. He is basically a person who strongly believes in yoga, meditation, and he achieves wellness by these two things. He has techniques by which he can balance all the Nava Chakra, what they say, and that changes your aura, and we will hear more from him. The second guest, what we have is Milind Khasnis. Or let me first of all go to the ladies on the side. We have Miss Meenal Dorlikar. She is a fitness freak, and when Mohanji Pandey introduced me that she would be one of the panelists, and he told me that when she goes out of house with a cycle, none of his family members is aware when is she coming back, and she might call after 4 hours or 5 hours that she is already going towards Pachmadi and she may not come that day. So she is going to be there and will be coming on next day. So that kind of fitness freak she is. We will hear more about her also. She also says that rather than youngsters having a addiction of anything, have an addiction of fitness that gives you far more kick than any other thing like meditation or spirituality. Then we have Dr. Anjali. She is basically a dentist. She was a faculty in a dental college. Now she is again yoga teacher. She believes in firmly believes in yoga, holistic health, and we will hear a lot about yoga from her. We have here Milind Khasnis, who would like to say health is wealth, but wealth also is health. So how to balance this wealth is health and health is wealth, that we will hear from him more. He is a science graduate and he has a rich experience in pharmaceutical industry. We have one person, Mr. Shirbhavikar, Sachin Shirbhavikar. He says, nothing is really required. He is a very mediocre, qualified person, but he says happiness in life is the ultimate thing, and that you can achieve with the fitness. He was a diabetic. He was almost 90 to 95 kgs few years back. He has been living with diabetes for almost 19 years now. And he is one of the few, what we call Iron Man. There are few Iron Man in Nagpur. Just 5-6 Iron Man, he is one of them. Then we have a tall personality next to me. He is Mr. Sunil Nikhar. He is an IITian. What normally students aim to become, he is an IITian Bombay graduate. And then after that, he has done IIM from Ahmedabad. He has, we will hear more from him. He has a startup in wellness, especially how to balance your mental stress and other things in the corporate age. So I think with this introduction, I would first of all go to the panelists and understand what exactly they mean by wellness and well-being. Let me start with Mr. Kamal Narayan Sita.
नमस्कार। वेलनेस को आप सभी लोग जानते हैं कि फिजिकल वेलबींग, फिजिकल फिटनेस के अलावा डिसीज फ्री लाइफ जीते हुए जो कुछ चीजें जो आवश्यक आपके जीवन में होना चाहिए, लाइक happiness, energy level, energy to work, good mental stability and mental alertness. इसका एक कंबाइंड अगर रूप हम समझ सकते हैं तो वो वेलनेस में आता है. ओनली एक अच्छा बॉडी होना, अच्छी फिटनेस होना वेलनेस के लिए सफिशिएंट नहीं है. हमारे आयुर्वेद में वेलनेस को जो डिफाइन किया गया है कि जो शरीर जिसकी पाचन शक्ति अच्छी हो, गुड डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम, गुड energy, feeling all the time, energy for working, and happiness and mental stability. अभी क्या है, एआई का जमाना है. एआई में आप वेलनेस की डेफिनेशन पढ़ सकते हैं. तो बहुत सारे एआई में स्पिरिचुअलिटी को भी उसमें जोड़ा गया है. बिकॉज व्हेन यू आर स्पिरिचुअल, then you align yourself with higher power, and then you surrender your small worries, small problems, डे टू डे की जो समस्याएं एज ए स्टूडेंट, एज ए एल्यूमिनाई जो हम फील करते हैं, दैट एवरीथिंग वी कैन सरेंडर टू द हायर पावर. हमारी संस्कृति में वेलनेस को भी स्पिरिचुअल ढंग से जोड़ा गया है. इसलिए जो हमारे पुराने एंशियंट, हजारों साल पुराने जो ग्रंथ हैं, लाइक आयुर्वेद, पतंजलि, योग दर्शन, एंड सो मेनी hundreds and thousands of Ayurveda literature and the herbs, उन सबका स्पिरिचुअल सिग्निफिकेंस हमारी संस्कृति में माना गया है. ऐसे इंपॉर्टेंट हर्ब्स के जो प्लांट्स हैं, लाइक तुलसी है, पीपल है, बड़ है, जो कि हेल्थ के लिए बहुत उपयोगी हैं, उनको भी हमारे यहाँ पूजनीय माना गया है. तो बेसिकली स्पिरिचुअलिटी से हमारे यहाँ वेलनेस को बहुत जोड़ा गया है. इवन जो योग जो है बेसिकली जो हमारे डिफरेंट शरीर के अंगों को फिट रखने के लिए दिया गया है, उसको भी धार्मिकता से जोड़ा गया है. फॉर एनी सोसाइटी, एनी कल्चर, एनी संस्कृति, एनी सिविलाइजेशन जिन्होंने इस विश्व में बहुत कुछ काम किया है और इतिहास में जिन्होंने बहुत योगदान किया है, उन सभी की फिजिकल कैपेबिलिटी एंड मेंटल अलर्टनेस हमेशा अच्छी रही है. इवन जो एज ए स्टूडेंट अगर किसी को सक्सेसफुल होना है और पढ़ाई में बहुत अच्छा एक्सेल करना है, देन फिजिकल फिटनेस इज वेरी नेसेसरी. लाइक अभी डॉक्टर यादव ने पिछले सेशन में कहा that he gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning and then the whole day he works. अब आप ये देखिए कि जिसको उन्होंने एक्चुअली रिसर्च के संबंध में ये चीज कही कि अगर हमको रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड होना है, then we have to work hard. Now how can we work hard? अगर आधे घंटे बैठने के बाद आपको पीठ में दर्द होने लगता है या आलस्य आता है, तो how can you work hard? So therefore physical fitness is a key thing to get success, even to dream. Suppose जो पिछला पैनल डिस्कशन हुआ बड़ा अच्छा हुआ, that was about the dreaming. आप ड्रीम भी तभी देखेंगे ना जब ठीक से सोएंगे, और अच्छा सोने के लिए आपकी दिनचर्या बहुत रेगुलर और डिसिप्लिन वे में होनी चाहिए. और therefore even to dream, even to work and get success, even to become a good manager and maybe the top boss of the company, you have to be physically fit. Wellness के dimensions बहुत ज़्यादा हैं. It cannot be explained in very short. It is a combination of physical exercise, then pranayam, yoga to get the flexibility, and so many things. You cannot simply explain wellness by few words, but as we proceed further with various inputs from the great panelists here, then probably this wellness can be more defined. So with these words, I feel that let the discussion continue, then I will define more.
Okay, thank you. Let Dr. Anjali add few things on yoga, because she is also a strong believer in yoga, and what made her to get from dentist to yoga and how exactly the journey was.
Yes. So when we talk of wellness, तो wellness का योगा से क्या relation है? तो it has a very close association with yoga. तो एक बहुत एक अच्छी लाइन है कि योगा means training the body like a dancer, training the mind like a scientist, and training the soul like a poet. तो इसमें integration है. There is a holistic combination of physical health, mental health, and spiritual health. तो what I feel कि जो हमारा total personality integration जिसको हम बोलते हैं, तो health जो concept है, that is a very limited उसका ये reach है, scope है. तो health means a state of body, but वेलनेस इज अ स्टेट ऑफ बीइंग. तो वेलनेस मतलब ये है कि लिविंग अवर लाइफ टू इट्स फुलेस्ट पोटेंशियल. आपके जो भी सर्कमस्टेंसेस है, आपके जो भी फेट है, आपका जो भी पोटेंशियल है, सो लिविंग द लाइफ टू इट्स फुल पोटेंशियल इज वेलनेस अकॉर्डिंग टू मी. तो वेलनेस की जब हम बात करते हैं तो योगा में देयर इज अ कंसेप्ट ऑफ पंचकोशा. तो इसमें अन्नमय कोश, प्राणमय कोश, मनोमय कोश, विज्ञानमय कोश एंड लास्ट इज आनंदमय कोश. तो इस कंसेप्ट से वेलनेस का पूरा डेफिनेशन पूरा इसमें हो रहा है. तो इसमें फिजिकल फिटनेस है, मेंटल इमोशनल वेलबींग है, इंटेलेक्चुअल वेलबींग है और अल्टीमेटली स्पिरिचुअल वेलबींग भी है. तो ये वेलनेस की बहुत ज़रूरत है. जनरली आज के सिनेरियो में फोकस जो है, आई थिंक कि फिजिकल हेल्थ को थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा ओवररेट किया गया है. तो पीपल आर मोर ऑब्सेस्ड विथ ऑब्टेनिंग सर्टन वेट, सर्टन बॉडी मेजरमेंट्स. ये ऐसा होना चाहिए, 6 पैक होना चाहिए, बाइसेप्स होने चाहिए. सो आउटवर्ड अपीयरेंस ऑफ कोर्स इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट, बट इट्स गेनिंग, इट्स गिवन some more importance, and somewhere we are lacking in spiritual health. तो spiritual health, it does not necessarily mean कि religious होना है आपको. It can be, as Sita sir said, कि getting connected, getting surrendered to a higher power. तो वो एक concept है. तो वो I think there is a need for spiritual evolution, जो कि थोड़ा सा लेस ट्रेवल्ड पाथ है अभी आज के, स्पेशली फॉर द यूथ. तो आई थिंक दैट नीड्स टू बी एड्रेस्ड. एंड जहाँ तक बात मेरे करियर के शिफ्ट की है, तो 23 साल तक मैंने डेंटल कॉलेज में आई वर्कड एज अ टीचिंग फैकल्टी. तो उसके बाद में देयर वाज समथिंग इन मी दैट वाज नॉट, मतलब मुझे जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन नहीं मिल रहा था. एंड समथिंग आई वाज इंक्लाइंड टू समथिंग मच हायर. तो तब मुझे जाके ऐसा लगा कि वैसे योगा की प्रैक्टिस तो मैं पिछले 25 साल से कर रही हूँ, एंड इट हैज़ गिवन मी द रीज़न टू लिव. और एक मेरा लाइफ में मुझे एक पर्पस मिला है. I got my true purpose and meaning in life because of yoga. तो then I thought कि मुझे जो चीज़ पसंद है वो चीज़ मैं आगे करना चाहूँगी. तो that's how I shifted my focus from dentistry to being yoga therapist. तो अभी right now I'm working as a yoga therapist in a cancer center. And योगा का थोड़ा सा मैं बोलना चाहूंगी कि देयर आर सर्टेन मिसकंसेप्शंस अबाउट योगा. बहुत सारे लोग दे रिफ्रेन कि ये मेरे लिए नहीं है, क्योंकि उनको लगता है कि मैं फ्लेक्सिबल नहीं हूँ, या मुझसे वो ऐसा एक जगह पे बैठ के मेडिटेशन नहीं होगा. तो दीज मिसकंसेप्शंस नीड्स टू बी एड्रेस्ड. एंड योगा में हम ऐसा बोलते हैं कि इफ यू कैन ब्रीथ यू कैन डू योगा. तो योगा का मतलब ये नहीं है कि यू हैव टू डू डिफिकल्ट पोस्चर्स और कुछ बहुत डिफिकल्ट उसमें मेडिटेशंस करने हैं, ऐसा नहीं है. सिंपली यू कैन, इवन इफ यू कैन नॉट टच योर टोज, यू कैन स्टिल गेट द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ योगा. और योगा कुछ करने की चीज नहीं है. इट्स नॉट अबाउट डूइंग, इट्स अबाउट बीइंग. तो ये एक चीज मैं कहना चाहूंगी. सो दैट्स व्हाट आई फील.
Okay, well said. Friends, especially the students, we realize that the physical strength or the physical fitness is not the only thing, and most of the students must be thinking that this spiritual thing what people are talking is for the old age. When we become perhaps 50, 60, 70, then we will start talking about spirituality. I think young Dr. Anjali is telling you to be a spiritual. So to become a spiritual, you don't have to be जो बोलते हैं ना वस्त्र धारण करेंगे, दाढ़ी बढ़ा लेंगे, ऐसा नहीं है. Spirituality is something to keep your mental health also equally healthy. I'll come back to the enthusiastic Miss Minal Madam, what her views on this particular fitness and wellness and well-being.
Thank you, Deshpande sir. I'm totally agree, first of all, with Sitha sir and ma'am, Anjali ma'am, that what they were saying about yoga and meditation. As I'm into sports and adventure sports, फिजिकल फिटनेस तो आता ही है. फिजिकल फिटनेस के बिना आप आगे जा ही नहीं सकते. मैं मेनली एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स में हूँ, माउंटेन्स में जाती हूँ. तो वेलनेस, फॉर मी वेलनेस इज योर रेगुलर प्रैक्टिस. आप रेगुलरली अपने खुद के लिए, खुद के फिजिकल फिटनेस के लिए, खुद के इमोशनल फिटनेस के लिए एंड खुद के सोशल फिटनेस के लिए क्या करते हैं, that is important in wellness. Wellness is doing daily exercise for yourself, for your fitness. Wellness is doing daily meditation. I am totally agree with Sitha sir कि सिर्फ फिजिकल फिटनेस होके नहीं चलता है, आपका मेंटल टफनेस भी होना चाहिए, आपका मेंटल फिटनेस भी होना चाहिए. एंड फॉर दैट यू नीड टू डू रेगुलर मेडिटेशन. दैन इमोशनल फिटनेस भी ज़रूरी है आपके लिए, इमोशनल वेलनेस भी ज़रूरी है, जो आपके लोगों से, आपके सोशल लाइफ से आपको इमोशनल फिटनेस मिलता है. So for that you need to make friends. जब मैं माउंटेन्स में जाती हूँ तो मेरा ये है कि मैं उस फिटनेस को साथ में लेके जाती हूँ. वो वेलनेस मेरे दिमाग में एक चीज़ रहती है कि मैं जनरली यहाँ से अकेली जाती हूँ, बिकॉज मेरे को नए लोगों से मिलना होता है, एक नई सोशल लाइफ बनानी होती है, नए लोगों को जानना होता है. फॉर आई कंसिडर इट एज अ वेलनेस कि एक सोशल वेलनेस मिलता है. Then for well-being, we are talking about wellness and well-being. I would say wellness is a state. Well-being is a state. जो हम अचीव कर लेते हैं हमारे डेली रूटीन से, हमारे डेली वेलनेस जो हम डेली करते हैं, उन चीज़ों से हम कोई एक स्टेट अचीव कर लेते हैं. स्टेट ऑफ हैप्पीनेस, a state of in our profession कि हम कुछ चीज़ अचीव कर लिए हैं. then in a relationships and in our environment also हम जो अचीव करते हैं, that is well being. रेगुलरली चीज़ें करने के बाद हमें जो मिलता है, that is well being. Wellness, I would also say wellness is about your habits. It's not only your daily life, it's about your habits. आप क्या habits अपने आप में cultivate करते हैं for your future, which define your well-being. यानी जो हम wellness के लिए करते हैं, वो आपके आगे जाके वो आपका well-being बनता है. So जब मैं माउंटेन्स में जाती हूँ तो मुझे फिजिकल फिटनेस की ज़रूरत होती है, मुझे मेंटल टफनेस की ज़रूरत होती है, बिकॉज दैट इज़ मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट. माउंटेन्स और एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स इज मोर अबाउट योर माउंटेन मेंटल टफनेस. वो आपका फिजिकल कैपेसिटी तो टेस्ट करता ही करता है, बट वो आपका मेंटल कैपेसिटी ज़्यादा टेस्ट करता है. एक पॉइंट ऐसा आता है जब आपका फिजिकल फिटनेस आपको जवाब दे देता है, तब आपको वहाँ पे अपना मेंटल फिटनेस, मेंटल टफनेस की ज़रूरत होती है कि आप उससे आगे बढ़े. एंड उसके लिए आपका जो ये वेलनेस है, फिजिकल वेलनेस, इमोशनल वेलनेस, स्पिरिचुअल वेलनेस, ये सारा वेलनेस आपको हेल्प करता है in that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now we have a very live example of fitness. So I will request Mr. Shirbhavikar to tell his little life story also and what are his thoughts about wellness and well-being.
Good morning everyone. मैं ये जो सब पैनल डिस्कशन हो रहा है, इनसे सबसे एग्री करता हूँ. मैं फुल टाइम बिजनेसमैन हूँ और मैं रिक्रिएशनल एथलीट हूँ. तो किसी को लगता है कि फिटनेस योग करने से होता है, या किसी को लगता है कि साइकिलिंग से होता है. वो सब चीज़ों से मैं डिनाई नहीं करना चाहता. हर एक का अपना अपना एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग होता है. किसी को लगता है कि मैं ओबेस हूँ तो मैंने ये करना चाहिए. मैं अपनी एक बात बताता हूँ कि जब मैं 35 इयर्स का था, तब मुझे ये प्रॉब्लम डिटेक्ट हुआ. तब लोगों ने ऐसे बताया कि भाई अभी तुम कुछ कर नहीं सकोगे, आपको फिजिकल एक्टिविटी आप कर नहीं पाओगे, ऐसा होगा वैसा होगा. बट उससे मैं सब ओवरकम करके ये सब चीज़ें धीरे धीरे करना चालू किया, मेरा खुद का प्रोफेशन और फैमिली और फ्रेंड्स सब संभाल के. तो मेरा आपको सबको ये बोलना है कि जैसे बोला जाता है कि भाई ये हो गया तो आप ये नहीं कर सकते, ये नहीं करोगे, एज बढ़ गया आपका, ओबेसिटी ज़्यादा हो गया है, तो उससे मैंने खुद ट्राई किया खुद पे कि चलो खुद अपन कुछ धीरे धीरे एक्टिविटी चालू करते हैं। तो मैंने मैराथन किया, आयरनमैन किया, अल्ट्रा साइकिलिंग किया। इससे मैं हमेशा सबको बोलता हूँ कि आप लोग 50 किलोमीटर एक्टिवा नहीं चला सकते, मैंने 650 किलोमीटर साइकिल चलाया, वो भी नॉन स्टॉप चलाया। तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि मैंने अपना प्रोफेशनल लाइफ छोड़ के दिन भर साइकिल ही चलाया, ऐसा भी कुछ नहीं है। तो उसके लिए मैंने अपना टेम्परामेंट डेवलप किया, मेरी फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ डेवलप किया, मैंने प्रॉपर डाइटिशियन अपॉइंट किया, उनके साथ मैं योग क्लास को भी गया 6 महीना। ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं उनसे डिसएग्री करता हूँ, लेकिन मेरे को फिजिकल एक्टिविटी करने के लिए प्रॉपर डाइट, प्रॉपर हाइड्रेशन, न्यूट्रिशन, ट्रेनिंग, कोच, ये सब चीज़ों की ज़रूरत थी। और मैंने हमेशा ये कोशिश किया, नए फ्रेंड्स मिले, नए फेलोशिप में अपने को कुछ अच्छी चीज़ें सीखने मिले, तो मैंने कोई एक्टिविटी मोनोटोनस न हो करके साइकिलिंग सीखा। अभी मैं स्विमिंग सीख रहा हूँ अभी भी, उसके बाद मैं रनिंग करता हूँ, अभी मैं रन करता हूँ, कभी चेंज ऑफ एक्टिविटी हो, इंजरी ना हो। तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि मैं तो बोलता हूँ किसी को भी आपको डांस पसंद है तो आप डांस करो, किसी को सिंगिंग पसंद है सिंगिंग करो, जो भी आपको पसंद है, लेकिन खुद के लिए टाइम स्पेयर करो। अभी सबके पास सब है लेकिन टाइम नहीं है। हर आदमी 2 घंटा सोशल मीडिया पे एंगेज रहेगा, लेकिन आधा घंटा कहीं वो खुद जाके कोई एक्टिविटी नहीं करता। हर घर में सेम कहानी है। बस मैं फिलहाल इतना ही शेयर करना चाहूंगा। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू। ये क्या हो रहा है? बेसिकली डिस्कशन केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज है, केमिकल टेक्नोलॉजी है, और हम बात कर रहे हैं फिटनेस, वेलनेस, स्पिरिचुअलिटी, तो कुछ गड़बड़ है क्या? तो आई थिंक देयर इज अदर साइड ऑल्सो, एंड वी हैव एक्सपर्ट ऑन दोज ऑल्सो हु विल टेल यू how to go into the corporate and still keep yourself fit so that you can balance your fitness as well as corporate life. Because here somebody says you do yoga, when to do yoga, how to balance this, that's what we will hear first from Mr. Sunil. So your views please. I think you can give your little introduction also. You have been in the US for almost 20 years. Recently, I think you...
Okay, I'm from Nagpur. Done my BTech, MTech from IIT. And then I am Ahmedabad, I did my PGDM. And then I got an opportunity to work in US. So US, I worked for few years and started my own business. And I did it well. But of course, I have got, as an entrepreneur, let me tell you, it's a roller coaster ride. We have gone through ups and downs. In fact, I still remember, when the 9/11 happened and the plane struck the World Trade Center, you can imagine I had 7 employees in Tower 2. And you can imagine the state I was in to make sure that how the well-being of the family. Because, like at 9 o'clock when the plane struck, there was no communication with the employees. I had 7 employees there. And we were waiting for a word. And I was actually taken my daughter to a dentist office. I immediately came back. I was actually staying in just 40 miles from New York City. So I picked up my car. I wanted to go to New York City, but all the roads were blocked. At around 11 o'clock, we got the first call because phone lines were down. And that phone, my secretary took the phone. And she picked up the phone, and with a trembling hand, she gave me that phone. I still remember. And that phone was from someone's wife asking, how is this my husband or something like that. I was shaken. Literally, I said, it's not that, you are employing these people, but you have to sort of, take care of their family as well. And I was responsible for sending him there. And of course, next few days, we went through a lot of challenges. Business almost collapsed, went through a lot of mental trauma, and we of course came out of that. See, somehow we have that ability to come out after some time. But anyway, so that's my US history. I sold my business, came back to India, started another business, sold that business, and I gone through a couple of rides. So during COVID, we thought we'll do something there were a lot of challenges I heard people are facing who were, the laborers and a lot of people working from home, nursing staff, they're facing challenges because, what was happening outside, it was one of the worst period. So we thought we'll start something to help these people. We thought we'll start a helpline. So we talked to few psychologists, we lined up few psychologists, set up a phone line, and we started getting calls. We actually started in Marathi staff first, Hindi, English. We started adding languages. We started getting calls from so many languages, so many people, and with different issues, including suicide. So ultimately, then what happened? Then we also started getting corporate calls from corporates. Can you help our employees? Because this helpline was meant for the individuals. Then we started getting calls from corporates as to if we could help the employees cope up during that stress or staying at home, those issues. And then we decided, and that basically I started actually a company called Manaha Wellness, which was into corporate well-being and corporate wellness, and through which basically we have been offering mental well-being and other well-being services to several corporates. Currently we have around 60 clients. The company is running. It was, when we floated the idea, we immediately got the funding. That was the time when basically everybody knew that there was some suffering in the society, and it was very, very important to address that. So, even I didn't know what is the difference between psychiatrist and psychologist. So when I had a partner, he was a doctor. He said psychiatrist is the one who actually prescribe medicine. And these are typically the people when you go to the next stage. And psychologists are the people typically who take a degree, but they can do the counseling, which is very, very critical. One of the unfortunate part is in India, there's a stigma associated with anything mental. The moment you say something mental, or somebody is doing something, visiting a psychiatrist or even psychologist, something is wrong. So destigmatization is very critical in the society. See, in US, I stayed in US, it's very much accepted that, somebody is visiting a psychologist, is a part of the game. In fact, nowadays, even insurance companies have started accepting the psychologists, meaning they have started paying for the fees for the psychologists. But India, it is not so. So we started this company, and what we observed that, you suddenly will observe that, one employee who was the best performer, suddenly his performance has gone down. Now, what can be the reason? Who was one of the ace employee? What has happened? You will also observe in a class, somebody who was a topper, suddenly is now getting 60-70% mark. What has gone wrong? Or even wrong with somebody. But, earlier, what has happened, the society is changing. The family structure is changing. We are all moving out of our homes, staying away, staying separately, staying alone, which is, so the social bonding is slowly, going away. See, earlier we used to have grandmother, grandfather, or, we could at least discuss several things at home and get rid of those issues. But as we moved out, everybody is staying in different homes, and that has created a different level of issues, stress, tension. And as per the world statistics, around 18% of productivity, corporate productivity is lost because of mental issues, stress, and other issues. 18%, that's a huge. So that is one reason, US, just few years back, they started to cover mental well-being as a part of insurance. In India also, we are trying, but it's becoming very difficult. So that's number one. Now in India, what has happened with the zillennials and the new age people, and everybody is having a mobile in their hand. What is the best way to handle and tackle this issue? So what we decided, let's basically, what people like, or the new generation like, is the apps. And how to basically use this device in your hand to basically become your guide or your help, or whatever help you could get earlier. How can we provide that? So that's we try to emulate through our, couple of, apps we have developed for the corporates, for the employees. Even we have, we don't have any college as a client yet, but we have, let's say, Air India, we have a couple of shipping companies as clients. We We have a couple of corporates, IT, BPO companies who are working in the night. So everybody goes through different challenges, different issues, and we have to ultimately see wellness is physical wellness, nutrition, sleep. But there are different kind of well-being issues. It can be financial well-being, physical well-being, it can be career well-being, it can be, community well-being. So many well-being issues are there. And any one of them going wrong can actually slow down a person, slow down his performance. And basically how to sort of, how to tackle that. So we created some kind of assessments. If you give the assessment, actually I was also part of developing some of those assessments. What we discovered in 100, let's say in a company, typically around 15% will have severe stress and tension. Next 20-30% will have stress. And the remaining people will be sort of healthy, good. There is no issue with that, nothing to do with that. But these 10-15% people, if they are not productive, or even let's say 30-40%, what to do with them? So then we have developed various programs for them. We also, what happens in a company environment, there has to be somebody who's taking responsibility. So there we came out with the concept of a champion. There, we'll appoint few champions in a company with whom these people will be able to talk and basically, get that help needed to create some kind of a safe environment for people, what they had in our times, our olden times, at home. Because typically, home is disintegrated. Let's accept it. People are staying away, people are staying home, away from, staying in hostel, people taking a room and staying. So that thing has broken. So to do that, we created various kind of mechanism in this company and basically offering it as, various suites of products. We have of course, the counselor is available anytime, 24 hours a day. Anybody can call on that phone. And that phone, we have at least 7 to 8 cases where we could stop suicide. How effective is that? So these are some of the things basically we implemented through that. And everybody goes through challenges. It will come and go. But at the same time, when the challenge comes or when some parameter goes wrong, it's nothing to do with physical wellness. He may be perfectly healthy, but still something can go wrong. In our industry, there are so many examples. For example, Cafe Coffee Day, Mr. Siddharth, in his pursuit of just making wealth, ultimately he committed suicide. It should not have happened, but it happened. So many young people commit suicide. Why? Because, there is no help available. There is no basically help which was available in earlier days, which we could basically as a family offer. It is not there today. Let's focus, let's, analyze that, for example, a lot of parents today, the kids are staying away. Those kids are, basically a lot of times they may not be taking help from their parents. So that creates challenge. So, basically this is what we're trying to address through this new age technology. We also created an AI buddy. So AI we are using as a chat mechanism to sort of, answer the question or, chat with a person and sort of, just. And one thing I realized, basically psychologists is doing nothing but helping you tell your problem. And basically they tip on peeling it's like peeling an onion. You'll ask one question, ask next question, ask next question. You feel relieved. You talk something to somebody, you feel good. So psychology is basically just helping you that. But today that mechanism doesn't exist. We're trying to provide that through corporates as a service, and we are finding a good traction in the market right now. So this is my take on well-being today. So of course there are multiple facets, but all these factors are very, very important. Apart from physical and this thing, yoga, etc. These are some of the other factors which are extremely critical. Thank you.
Great, Mr. Sunil. You have touched really very essential topics, especially for the students. Those days, I think all of us sitting here, I don't think there is one person who will not have a psychological problem, but we don't express it. Somebody will feel this way or that way. Earlier, we had a lot of friends, we had a lot of relatives. We were not really expressing to our parents, but we were able to express it to someone who is close to us. That system is slightly getting demolished because it's becoming more and more nucleus kind of thing. People starts alone now. So I think we will take little more thing from him in the next round. and we'll have a lot of questions from you also, so that he can express you what we should be doing to express our psychological problems. Physical problems, we go to doctor, and we don't hesitate to tell them also. Physical problems, we don't hesitate to tell our family members also. But mental problems, we try to hide it. It gets escalated, and then it comes to a level where people, we don't know that yesterday he was all right, why he committed suicide. Every day in the newspaper, as he rightly said, there are at least 10 cases where suicides are happening. Not only that, collective suicides are happening. Just day before yesterday only, there was a news that a couple, nobody knows still. The investigation is going on. Why the suicide is happening, nobody knows. I mean, he has done everything. He hung the wife and then put her on a bed, put a flowers on it, and then finally he hung himself. So this is very important. We should express ourselves, and this is the forum which will at least activate some of you or many of you to come out if there is a problem. Now, let us come to the last panelist today's. He is Mr. Milind Khasnis. He will also tell you how to create wealth, because he also believes health is wealth, but wealth is also health. Mr. Milind.
Hello. Today's topic is wellness and well-being. I am going to talk on financial well-being. But even when I passed LUTC fellowship from American College, even the textbook of financial planning says in their pyramid that your wealth creation starts with health only. Their first ladder in the financial planning is health. So health and protection makes almost 40% of your overall financial planning pyramid. So you must focus on health. Already 5 people have already talked on health and well-being. I'm not going to talk on health, but definitely I will talk on health insurance. Interestingly, India is totally underinsured nation. Totally. Even whatever insurance is there, 90% of the health insurance or even other insurances, they are sponsored insurance. India खूप कमी लोक इन्शुरन्स घेतात. हे खूप दुर्दैव आहे. आणि जेव्हा इन्शुरन्स घ्यायचं ठरतं किंवा गरज पडते, that time they are not eligible for insurance. I start with me. मला आज 10 लाख प्रीमियम भरायची कॅपॅसिटी आहे. मला 1 कोटीचा हेल्थ इन्शुरन्स हवा आहे. बट नो कंपनी इज अलाउइंग मी टू सेल इन्शुरन्स बिकॉज आय एम इन्शुलिन डिपेंडंट डायबेटिक. Unfortunately, in right time, nobody told me, nor I gathered that adequate information, because most unfortunate thing in our country is financial literacy is never taught. That is why I have decided to go outrightly for financial literacy education, and I am already going to 3-4 institutions as a faculty, honorary faculty. I am not interested in making money because God has given me enough. But I urge even this institution to start this small session, at least one session once in a year to every batch, because it is really very much needed. So, health and protection. Health, I have already briefed. I can answer your any queries about health and even wealth, but I am not habituated of speaking like this. Without PPT, I am first time I am talking, because I always deals in numericals. So I need to show the proof. But I will definitely talk more on protection. जसं health insurance presence अगदी negligible आहे. Negligible. I am again repeating, it is negligible and inadequate. Hospital मध्ये admit झालो तर receptionist will only inquire, do you have health insurance or not? She will never inquire whether do you have health insurance of 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 1 crore. Never. आणि जसं तुम्ही म्हणता health insurance आहे, त्यांचं मीटर फास्ट फिरतं. I am very sorry if some doctors are sitting here, but it's a bitter truth. त्यामुळे मी म्हणतो इन्शुरन्स असायला हवा आणि घ्यायचा तर ॲडिक्वेट घ्यायचा तर नाही घ्यायचा. कारण ॲडिक्वेसी प्ले मोर इम्पॉर्टंट रोल इन इन्शुरन्स. मी एक छोटंसं एक्झाम्पल देईल, ते पटकन कळेल. आय एम ट्राईंग, मी स्वतः माझं बिझनेसमध्ये खूप सिम्प्लिसिटी आणण्याचा प्रयत्न करतो आणि समोर पण तुम्हाला सिम्प्लिसिटी दिसेल. एक छोटंसं एक्झाम्पल देतो, पटकन कळेल. आपण मर्सिडीज घेतो 80 लाखाची आणि 10 लाखाचा इन्शुरन्स काढतो. डज इट जस्टिफाय? नेव्हर, नेव्हर. इट कॅनॉट जस्टिफाय. आज बसलेल्या इथे माझं ओपन चॅलेंज आहे, इथे बसलेल्यांचं जितकं नेटवर्थ आहे त्याच्यात सायंटिफिक फॉर्म्युल्याप्रमाणे 15 टाइम्स आर यू इन्शुर्ड? Because we were never taught. Today I am having net worth of 10 crore, but I am not insured for 150 crores. So this is the problem. तुमचं नेटवर्थ हे तुमचं इन्शुरन्स कव्हर हे तुमच्या नेटवर्थला मल्टिप्लाय करायचं आहे. बिकॉज इन्शुरन्स इज बेस्ट व्हेन इन युअर अब्सेन्स, इट इज वर्स्ट इन युअर प्रेझेन्स. सो adequacy plays important role in health insurance. Now coming to protection, which is a very, it's a virgin market in India. सगळ्यांकडे इथे बसलेल्यांकडे इन्शुरन्स पॉलिसीज आहे, पण तुम्ही त्या इन्शुरन्स पॉलिसीजचा काउंट पाहिला तर 4 पॉलिसी, 10 पॉलिसी, 5 पॉलिसी हे दिसेल. पण तुम्ही तुमचं नेटवर्थ पाहिलं तर तुमचं अॅन्युअल इन्कम आहे 15 लाखाचा आणि तुमच्याकडे 5 लाखाच्या LICच्या पॉलिसीज आहे. एक डिस्क्लेमर, लाईफ इन्शुरन्स कंपनी LIC मीन्स, मला कोणत्या कंपनीबद्दल बोलायचं नाही. हा जो अंडर इन्शुरन्स आहे ना, हा एक खूप मोठा प्रॉब्लेम आहे आपल्या देशात. आणि हे केवळ होतं कारण आपल्या देशात इन्शुरन्स विकत घेतल्या जात नाही. तुम्ही प्रामाणिकपणे आपल्याला उत्तर द्या, इन्शुरन्स आपल्या देशात थोपवल्या जातो. मामाचा मुलगा आला, काकाचा मुलगा आला, साहेबांची मेसेज आली, हे आले, ते आले. बट हाऊ मेनी टाइम्स यू हॅव कॉल्ड युअर इन्शुरन्स ॲडवायझर टू युअर होम अँड बॉट इन्शुरन्स? फार कमी लोक आपल्या देशात इन्शुरन्स घेतात. त्यामुळे प्रोटेक्शन हा एकदम व्हर्जिन सब्जेक्ट आहे, ज्याला आपण टर्म इन्शुरन्स म्हणतो. हेल्थ इन्शुरन्स, व्हेकल इन्शुरन्स, लाईफ इन्शुरन्स इन टर्म, हे टेक्निकली इट कम्स अंडर द टर्म इन्शुरन्स. टर्म इन्शुरन्सचा अर्थ असा की तुम्ही ऑब्जेक्ट इन्शुअर करता. जसा हा हॉल इन्शुअर्ड आहे, फायर इन्शुरन्स घेतलेला आहे याचा. आता मागच्या वर्षी इन्स्टिट्यूशननी फायर इन्शुरन्सचा प्रीमियम भरला, त्याच्याही मागच्या वर्षी भरला, आणि कोणी विचारलं का की काय झालं या 2 वर्षीय प्रीमियमचं? तो प्रीमियम जाणारच आहे, माहिती आहे, तरी आपण नवीन प्रीमियम भरतो. बिकॉज वी वॉन्ट टू प्रोटेक्ट द वेल्थ ऑफ दिस हॉल. सेम थीम, सेम लॉजिक इफ यू अप्लाय युअर सेल्फ टू युअर हार्ट, विच इज 1 lakh cc, जे आपण कार इन्शुअर करतो 1000 cc ची, पण आपलं हार्ट आपण इन्शुअर नाही करत, विच इज द चीपेस्ट इन्शुरन्स अवेलेबल इन द वर्ल्ड. ग्लोबली 82% मार्केट इज बिलॉंगिंग टू टर्म इन्शुरन्स. However, in India, very few people knows about term. Thanks to younger generation, they are coming forward for buying term insurance. So whenever you want to buy insurance, only go for term insurance. जे लोक म्हणतील आता आमचं झालं, तर मी त्या लोकांना विनंती करेल की तुम्ही तुमच्या मुलांना तरी हे शिकवा. कारण मी तर नाही करू शकलो, पण माझ्या दोन्ही मुलांना मी ॲडिक्वेट कव्हर दिलेला आहे. ॲडिक्वेसी विल मॅटर. माझ्या दोन्ही मुलांचा हेल्थ इन्शुरन्स 1 कोटीचा आहे आणि अतिशय स्वस्तात प्रॉडक्ट्स अवेलेबल झाले आहे. फक्त आपल्याला माहिती नाही आहे. आपण साधं 50,000चं डिडक्टिबल घेतलं तर 1 कोटीचा इन्शुरन्स 13-14 हजारात येतो. हेल्थ इन्शुरन्स इतके सुंदर सुंदर प्रॉडक्ट, 3rd जनरेशन प्रॉडक्ट्स आर नाव अवेलेबल इन इंडिया. द ओनली थिंग वी आर नॉट गोईंग क्लोजर टू इट. कोणीतरी मध्ये आपल्या दोघांमध्ये डिस्टन्स आहे, ते आपण काढू. ऑलवेज गो फॉर प्युअर प्रोडक्ट्स. फक्त टर्म इन्शुरन्स, फक्त हा जो फॅक्टर आहे ना, हा आपल्या देशात मिसिंग आहे. आपल्या देशात इन्शुरन्स इन्व्हेस्टमेंट हे क्लब केलं गेलं आहे अनफॉर्च्युनेटली. Insurance is only protection, nothing else. No money back, no ULIP, no nothing. It's only protection. Like we हे एक्झाम्पल दिलं हॉलचा उद्देश फक्त प्रोटेक्शनचा होता. माझा कार इन्शुरन्स, कार उद्या ऍक्सिडेंट झाली तर खिशातनं पैसे गेले नाही पाहिजे, प्रोटेक्शन. पण सेम लॉजिक आपण आपल्याला लावत नाही, ते आपण लावायला शिकू. अतिशय स्वस्तात होतो. इवन 1 कोटीचा टर्म इन्शुरन्स इथे यंगस्टर्स 50% आहे. मी तुम्हाला जरूर म्हणेल की तुम्ही टर्म इन्शुरन्सवर इन्सिस्ट कराल. मला पीपीटीची सवय असल्यामुळे मला हे खूप डिफिकल्ट जात आहे. हेल्थ पोर्शन झाला. आता वेल्थमध्ये अगदी बेसिक गोष्ट आहे ज्याच्यावर मी बोलणार आहे. कारण एक्झाम्पल्स अनेक आहे, पण बेसिक गोष्टी आपण त्याच्या दूर राहतो. खूप कॉम्प्लेक्स करून ठेवली आहे आमची इंडस्ट्री. अगदी अल्फा काय, गॅमा काय, बीटा काय, हे EPS काय, काही कामाचं नाही. आपण बेसिक गोष्ट शिकू. जेस्टेशन. व्हॉट इज जेस्टेशन? जेस्टेशन मीन टू एनी वुमन इज, आपण 9 महिने 9 दिवस वूम मध्ये राहतो. आपण म्हणतो का की मला 5व्या महिन्यात एक हेल्दी मूल हवं? कधीच नाही, होऊच शकत नाही. सिमिलरली आंब्याचं किंवा संत्र्याचं झाड लावलं तर 5 वर्ष आपण पेशंटली वेट करतो की नाही करत, तरच नंतर जनरेशन टू जनरेशन आंब्याचे फळं खातो आपण. सिमिलरली देर इज अ जेस्टेशन इन इन्व्हेस्टमेंट फील्ड. जेस्टेशन ऑफ इक्विटी may be direct or through mutual fund, it is 5 years. There is a formula of 5, 7, 10 years. तुम्ही 5 वर्ष निश्चिंत बसा आणि विसरून जा, तुम्हाला एक्सपेक्टेड रिटर्न पेक्षा सरप्राइझिंग रिटर्न्स दिसतील. पण आपल्या इथे पेशन्स नाही आहे. आपल्या इथे पैसा वाहतोय पाण्यासारखा, पण दुर्दैवाने तो भलतीकडे जातोय. ज्या देशात 130 कोटी आधार कार्ड आहे, 80 कोटी पॅन कार्ड आहे आणि 20 कोटी डीमॅट अकाउंट आहे, आणि दुर्दैवाने फक्त 5 कोटी म्युच्युअल फंड फोलिओज आहे, नॉट इन्व्हेस्टर्स. आपण इतके इंटेलिजंट आहोत की 20 कोटी डीमॅट काढले, पण फक्त 5 कोटी फोलिओज आहे. इन्व्हेस्टर बघाल तर 1-2 कोटी पण नाही निघणार. सो दिस इज द सिच्युएशन. अशा याच्यात सर्वात गरज आहे आपल्याला फायनान्शियल लिटरसीची. आणि हे लिटरसी घेताना जेस्टेशन जर का समजलं तर आपण आपोआप पेशन्स डेव्हलप होईल. पेशन्स आला तर रिटर्न्स येतात, कारण रिटर्न्सला फक्त पेशन्स लागतो. आपल्याला वाटतं रिटर्न्सला पैसे लागतात, रिटर्न्स पैशाने येत नाही, हे येतो. तुम्ही आत्ताही पाहाल तुमचे पगार, आजचे पगार पहिल्या दिवशी का नाही दिले? बिकॉज यू नेव्हर डिव्होटेड युअर सर्व्हिस टू द इन्स्टिट्यूशन. जितकं तुमचं सर्व्हिस किंवा एक्सपिरियन्स किंवा हे वाढेल तितकं तुमचा पगार वाढतो. तुमच्या प्लॉटची किंमत कोण वाढवतं? आपल्याला वाटतं जसं वाडीला बी प्लॉट घेतला 5 रुपयात, आज 2000 रुपये भाव आहे. कोणी केला? फक्त वेळेने केला. आपला जो वेळ नाही आहे, पैसे सगळ्यांजवळ खूप आहे, तर वेळ द्या आणि डिसिप्लिन हे जगा, खूप खूप फरक पडेल. शक्यतोर कॉम्बिनेशन्स कुठलेही घ्यायला टेम्प्ट नका हो. Combinations are very hazardous. Like ULIP. ULIP is a combination of SIP and insurance. So buy term insurance separately, buy mutual fund separately. Don't club because it is not advisable and beneficial for you. Understand the cost of delay. This is a very interesting thing. I think sir might endorse. Cost of delay खूप जास्ती होतोय आपल्या इथे. जसं आपण ठरवलं की आज मी 40 वर्षाचा आहे, आम्ही दोघंही 40 वर्षाचे आहे आणि दोघंही 10,000 रुपये रिटायरमेंटसाठी टाकणार, कारण माझा एकच हे गोल उरलाय, दॅट इज रिटायरमेंट. रेस्ट ऑफ गोल्स आय हॅव ऑलरेडी अचीव्ड. सर जर का मला आम्ही दोघांनी 10,000 रुपये टाकायचं ठरवलं तर मी 60 वर्षापर्यंत 10,000 टाकतो आणि हा पण टाकतो, सचिन पण 10,000 टाकतो, पण हा पुढच्या वर्षी ठरवतो. म्हणजे देर इज अ डिले ऑफ 1 year. सो 1 year डिले he will lose 12,62,000 rupees just by 1 year delay. So my appeal to all people, never delay your investment decision. Investment decisions are delayed and you lose in maturity value. Just start with 1,000. If you are not able to think about 10,000, think of 1,000, but start it. Automatically तुम्ही त्याच्या प्रेमात पडाल, because you are here for returns. I wish to tell you few rules. 15 by 15 by 15. Youngsters, please remember. 15,000 रुपये 15 वर्षासाठी 15% टाकले. 15,000 रुपये 15 वर्षासाठी 15% टाकले तर आय कॅन अक्युमुलेट क्लोज टू 1 crore. बट 15,000 रुपये 15% 30 वर्षासाठी टाकले तर हाऊ मच आय कॅन अक्युमुलेट? बिकॉज वंडर. मला दप्तरी सरांनी मोठा सायन्समध्ये मॅथमॅटिक्स शिकवलं तेव्हा कंपाऊंडिंग इंटरेस्ट शिकवला, पण खरा कंपाऊंडिंग इंटरेस्ट मला कळला धंद्यात आल्यावर. 15 वर्षाच्या जागी 30 वर्ष इन्व्हेस्टमेंट केलं तर 1 कोटीची व्हॅल्यू, 1 कोटीच्या जागी 10 कोटी होतात. सो व्हॉट इज द लर्निंग आउट ऑफ इट? जस्ट हॅव ए पेशन्स, सी द लॉंग टर्म स्टोरी, युअर गोल्स कॅन बी इझिली अचीव्ड. आपण खूप इकडे तिकडे भरकटून राहिलोय. मी येतो, एक सांगतो, हे सांगतात, ते सांगतात, काही नाही. कुठलंही घेतलं, वर्स्ट म्युच्युअल फंड ऑफ इंडिया, टॅक्स सेवर म्युच्युअल फंड आय एम सेइंग, is giving 11% return, whereas your PPF has been giving 7.10. Go for best. Why to go for worst? So think logically. सगळ्या informations आजकाल नेटवर अवेलेबल आहे, but you need a सारथी, because without सारथी you never go to chemist directly. You need to go to doctor for advice. Similarly, you go to some qualified distributor and get advice and then take the long-term stance. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I think we will open the forum now for some questions. And we expect a lot of questions first from the students so that they get the answer. I'm assuring on behalf of students that I'm assuring you that they will think of insurance. Thank you so much. Questions? I think घारपुरे सरांचं वय आज पाहता फिटनेस अँड वेलनेस बद्दल त्यांच्याशी कोण काय वाद घालू शकेल ते तर सगळ्यात फायनल वर्ड देतील. त्यांनी फर्स्ट वर्ड देऊ नये, त्यांनी फायनल वर्ड द्यावा असं माझं मत आहे. तर बाकीच्यांनी पहिले बोलावं आणि त्यांनी फायनल वर्ड याला क्लोज करावं. The questions on, yes, please go ahead. Youngsters should ask these questions, especially to enthusiastic people who are getting into this.
Ajay, I would like to say a few words. Ajay?
Yeah, please go ahead.
You see, you talked of psychological problems or mental issues. Actually, to overcome these mental and psychological status of a person, a spiritual bent of mind is one of the solutions. Other than many practices, you can have psychic treatment, you can have so many things. But if you are surrendering to the Almighty, either through meditation or through japa or by any religious activity, you can get peace of mind. In fact, if you enter ICT, Mumbai, at the entrance itself, there is a plaque in which Saraswati Vandana in Sanskrit, written by Dr. Yadav himself, has been inscribed. He himself is a Sanskrit, I won't say scholar, but he knows Sanskrit very well. And therefore, a spiritual inclination can help anyone, whether a student or faculty or if you are a boss of a company. Yesterday, I attended one Sanskar session organized by Allen Coaching Institute. Now, Allen Coaching is one of the topmost coaching institutes of the country. They have something like 14 to 15 lakh students who are studying in 65 centers all over the country. Now, in yesterday's session, I found the owner of the company. They are the four brothers. The owner of the company is one Mr. Govind Maheshwari. He himself was on the stage and he sang all spiritual bhajans. And he is inculcating the spiritual, you have to learn from your heroes. Our hero can be, of course, historical figures, but then our gods are also our heroes. Now, you see the Allen का जो गीत है, एलन की जो स्कूल चालू होने इंस्टीट्यूट चालू होने के पहले जो एलन वाले अपना गीत गाते हैं वो भजन है जिसमें कि दे प्रे टू द गॉड एंड the prayer is total surrender to the God. And I think we should learn from here because I know this institute, of course, not as long as Mr. Gharpure, but from 64 onwards, we have slightly less inclination. We are more technical oriented. We would like to talk of technicalities, etc. But I think we should be proud of our culture, proud of our civilization, our sanskars, and we should inculcate that feeling of brotherhood, respect to the elders, and devotion. From my personal experience, I can tell you that all top people, top businessmen who have reached the highest heights, they are all highly spiritual. Especially in the medical profession, when we are talking of wellness, I have yet to see a doctor who is not totally astic. They believe in God, in destiny, in fate, and in overall religious bent of mind more than the normal person. Therefore, that is my one of the feeling that spiritual learnings can always help people. My one suggestion to LIT Incubation Center is that India has, not only India but the whole world, has thousands and lakhs of alternate healing systems. जिनको हम बोलते हैं दादी माँ के नुस्खे, घर में अगर कुछ होता है तो some alternate medicine उसको दी जाती है. और हमारी जो ह्यूमन सिविलाइजेशन है, हमारी हिस्ट्री, ये many million years पुरानी है. ऐसा नहीं कि हमेशा से एलोपैथी रही हुई है. सो ये जो अल्टरनेट हीलिंग के जो सिस्टम्स हैं, जिसमें कि हमारी जड़ी बूटियों का प्रयोग, हमारे जो दादी माँ और हमारे एल्डर लोग जो ट्रीटमेंट के लिए छोटी मोटी चीज देते थे, आई थिंक इन इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर we should have scientific validation of these things we should do. And I think these are not, these are very, very important things, and it will be beneficial to the society. You see, recently in Bombay, Dr. Yadav released my second edition of the book on Rudraksh. My book is about 18 years, was written about 18 years back. But this book I had dedicated to one professor of ICT who had helped me in conducting research on Rudraksh. So LIT also can help many people like me who want to conduct research on alternative healing products. So my request to the Vice Chancellor will be to encourage that type of thing and propagate the use of alternate medicines. You see, when we go to any allopathic doctor for any treatment, even if he knows the alternate healing solution, like yoga or meditation or using some jadi booty, he will not advise, because his protocol doesn't allow him to deviate from his path of treatment. But if scientific validation can be use of bird, use of people, use of Rudraksh, and if we are convinced by the scientific validation, it can be a great service to the society and to the country. Like China has developed their local systems, local healing systems, in such a big way, of particularly say respect to acupuncture, which originated from China, that even the allopathic doctors there, other than recommending allopathic medicines, they also recommend the local Chinese system of treatment. So this is my just request to the LIT authorities and especially to...
Sure, sir. We will certainly take up this project for Incubation Center, and I think we should clap that he is going to sponsor this particular project, and he has already given a project to ICT so to the tune of 30 lakhs. So similar project we expect from him also for Incubation Center for us. So let us, you have a question? Please, we will have only 2 or 3 questions. So, Dr. Garve. We are really short of time now because everybody is
Sir-
hungry. I can see that. So let us.
Sir, it's not a question, but it's a suggestion. As you have rightly said that validation is needed. Validation is certainly needed for these alternate therapies. And so I request, as you have suggested, IC to take up such projects so that it can be scientifically validated. And only these can be promoted further if the scientifically validated studies are submitted to Ayush Department, Government of India, then the government will accept those and will promote it further, and it will help the society at large.
See, I have a question for everyone here. The question is, can you think without language? Whatever we are doing, thinking in the language. So question is, can you think without language? Think about it. Second thing is,
Can you just elaborate your first question?
can you think without language?
Can you think without language?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyone, anybody. Language is a necessary for thinking.
Absolutely.
And language divide people, language unite people. But yesterday we had a musician who was playing tabla, who is playing the music. When you become angry, do you need language? Your
You need
anger,
expressions. Yeah, you need expressions.
fear. Is your fear is by language? You can be fearful whether I am Marathi, whether I am Punjabi, whether you are
True, true.
anyone.
There is no language
There
required.
is no language required. So emotions don't need language.
True.
The music is very close to your heart. If you are playing a flute, doesn't need what kind of person you are. It directly touches you. And third thing is, like Sir said, our ancient literature or ancient knowledge. I just want to say one sloka from Veda. And why everyone is going for spirituality or something to achieve? Because he always feel incomplete. He always feel incomplete. Whether he has money, how much more? If he has health, how much more? How long he want to live? The sloka is Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. His meaning is everything is complete. If you take anything out of this, also is complete. But when we are born, we always are incomplete. And we are driving ourselves toward completion by different methods. And one more, just I want to peace of mind. Manobudhankar Chitaninaham Nacha Shrotra Jive Nacha Gran Netre Nacha Yom Bhumir Natejo Navayu Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Nacha Prana Sangyo Navai Panchavayu Nava Saptadhatur Nava Panchakosha Navak Panipado Nachopastapayu Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. There are
Thank
three
you.
more stanzas.
I think-
If you like, I can complete that. There
I
are
think
three more
let us not do it now because we
Thank
are
you
really
very
short
much.
of time and all
Okay.
people are
Thank
waiting
you.
for lunch. So let me have one question from Mr. Saurabh and last word from Gharpure sir.
Sure.
Quick question, very short. Anybody from student? Okay, great. Let us give a student first. Only student if they are raising hand. And very brief. We are all I am hungry now. I can't speak more.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Akshay Jayantu Kulkarni. My question is a little bit philosophical. What is the difference between mind and consciousness, and why why the mind gets easily disturbed by the surrounding complexes and circumstances.
Can you repeat the question?
My question is, what is the difference between mind and consciousness, and why mind gets easily disturbed by the surrounding circumstances
Why
and
it gets
complexities?
disturbed? Because of the surrounding circumstances. Would you like to, Doctor, what is difference between mind and consciousness, and why it should get disturbed because of the outside? Okay, should I close with that answer? Okay, go ahead.
I think mind.
You sit down.
I would like to answer your second question first. Why mind is distracted? Because mind is a mind and brain. Like you can compare it as a mind is a software and brain is a hardware. So mind is made like that. Whatever actions we are doing, that is first conceived in the mind. And the nature of mind is it is always wandering. So what we call it as a autopilot mode. So whenever we are not doing anything, so we are thinking. So that mind has a tendency to get distracted. So what we can call it as a autopilot or monkey mind. That is a concept of monkey mind. So it goes from one branch to another, and that is how it works. So we have some techniques for calming down that tendency of the mind, and that is called as mindfulness. So there you are breaking that automatic default pattern of your brain, and you are focusing a directed attention toward a particular topic. So that is how you can control the wandering nature of the mind. So that is what I can suggest.
Okay, let me close first of all my side from my remark. Let us not have too many questions because we are...
Just only one question. That 15 by 15 by 15 formula, okay? You said after 15 years it will be 1 crore. If we wait more, perhaps continue more, isn't it? Continue more, it will be 10 crore. Perhaps we continue 10 years, 15 years more, it will
not
be...
able to utilize it.
Maybe, this is what I wanted to say. It may be 100 crores, so when I utilize it? That is my question.
So you have to stop somewhere. And
That was my point.
What limited knowledge I got it from these experts is basically mind is something which has to have some kind of thoughts in it because you are continuously thinking. So basically mind needs some kind of addiction. And that addiction could be of thinking, addiction could be of drinking, addiction could be of anything. So all these experts are telling the addiction should be either surrender it to the Almighty or have an addiction of something which is like giving you that dopamine. You want to say something on that? Okay, please go ahead, quickly.
हेलो एज द स्टूडेंट्स इन द बैक उन्होंने कुछ पूछा नहीं तो मैं कुछ आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ कितने लोगों ने अभी तक कोई एडवेंचर एक्टिविटी की है ओ माय गॉड हाँ बस 2 और 3 हाथ सर यानी आप सिर्फ पढ़ रहे हो आप सिर्फ बुक्स पढ़ रहे हो आप जिंदगी कब पढ़ोगे हाँ आप बाहर निकलोगे नहीं आप दुनिया देखोगे नहीं आप एडवर्सिटीज देखोगे नहीं आप एडजस्टमेंट्स देखोगे नहीं तो आप क्या सीखोगे आपको सीखना जरूरी है सिर्फ बुक्स जरूरी नहीं है बुक्स जरूरी है बट बुक्स से ज्यादा आपको जिंदगी सीखना जरूरी है जस्ट लाइक सुनील सर सेड कि कुछ लोग सुसाइड कर लेते हैं हमने सीसीडी का एग्जांपल देखा कि उन्होंने सुसाइड किया एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स एडवेंचर एक्टिविटीज आपको इन सारे एडवर्सिटीज से लड़ना सिखाती है आपको इन सब को झेल के इन सब को सहन करके आपको आपका कोपिंग मैकेनिज्म जो होता है वो आपका डेवलप करती है सो यू शुड ऑलवेज गो नॉट ऑलवेज बस साल में एक बार निकलो यार, बाहर बाहर निकलो, दुनिया देखो, माउंटेन्स देखो। आप जब अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ जाते हो, आप नए लोगों के साथ, एक छोटा सा आपका रिस्क फैक्टर, आप क्या क्या डेवलपमेंट्स होती है, आप जिंदगी सीखते हो, आप रिस्क लेना सीखते हो, आप लोगों के साथ एडजस्ट करना सीखते हो। यहाँ पे बहुत सारे आई थिंक स्टूडेंट्स होंगे जो नागपुर में रहते हैं, जो हॉस्टल में रहते हैं। हॉस्टल की दोस्ती बोली जाती है ना, जो पक्की दोस्ती बन जाती है, वो दोस्ती जिंदगी तक रहती है, हॉस्टल की दोस्ती।
I think all of these people, they can have a session of 1 or 2 hours with all of you students especially, and it is going to be beneficial to all. My coordinator has come to push me down now, so before he pushes me down, let us have a memento session and we close this session because we have something lined up. And we will have this kind of sessions regularly, especially for the students. Students will benefit. She is ready. We can have a team where she can take them for mountaineering, whatever you want, trekking or that kind of thing. She says there are a lot of mountains around. There is a enthusiast who can say that you can go for cycling and other things regularly. So let us get ready. Let us form that kind of committee and let us get active on that. Thank you very much. Now Gharpure sir. Huh? Yeah, please.
You say health and wellness, I make it into 3 parts. One is a body health. I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, took exercise, had my breakfast, took a 5:40 flight, and I'm here. So exercise is very important. Diet is very important. And being ethical is very important. I was heading Hindustan Antibiotics. I did a 30 crore expansion and diversification, which is 600 crores today. I never took a single rupee bribe. Even today, I touch the body to the bed, I get sleep. I do my business. In the afternoon, after the lunch, I take a 15 seconds nap. I touch the body, I get sleep. Why? Because my conscience is very clear. Second point, financial management. I decided that I will contribute excess than the PPF provides. Then there is a provision in the PPF that you can withdraw the money for a house. I withdrew the money and bought a house. And third one, what is health? Never mind. What is matter? What is matter? Never mind. So mind and matter are very complex things. Don't bother about it. Do the life in a proper way, and both will be taken care.
Thank you, sir. May I request, can we get the mementos? Dr. Vaidya, please, I think we can honor the panelists with the memento. फटाफट एक प्रत्येकाला देऊन देता येईल सगळ्यांना सर इकडे तिकडे पाहा एक एक फोटो हे सर्व लोक आपल्यासाठी अवेलेबल आहेत केव्हाही त्यांना बोलवता येईल त्यांचे लेक्चर्स ठेवता येईल बट फिटनेस वेलनेस इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट प्लीज गो अहेड Thank you very much. I declare the session is over.
We have another session before lunch. Before lunch. Lunch may not be ready by 1:30 because lunch time is 2 o'clock.